Chapter 1240. If this thing could really be developed in large quantities, then the Yixian group would forward it. However, although it could only be developed in small quantities, this thing could still be sold for tens of millions or even hundreds of millions. It was something that could definitely be sold out. Basically, if these two things were sold, Lin and City would be taken over by Lin Xian. Lin and City would basically become Lin Xian's territory. Then how many can be developed? This was definitely a question that everyone was concerned about. On the contrary, they were not too concerned about the price. If they had the capital to buy it, they could always buy it. Morong Qing said, "It is estimated that we can develop 10 million, but it can only increase attribute purity by 1%. However, everyone knows that even if it is increased by 1%, when your realm reaches the realm of law, domain, or even higher, this 1% increase is unimaginable." This was indeed not a problem. Even if it was only 1%, those heavenly venerables, absolute virtual realm, and the like would probably fight for it. 10 million, that is actually not a small number. Morong Qing nodded. It is indeed not a small number. The main ingredient, the 9-colored spirit lotus, is too rare. Therefore, if anyone on the continent can provide the 9-colored spirit lotus, our Yixian group will naturally buy it at a high price. What about the price? The price is 100,000. The price of 100,000 made many people heave a sigh of relief, because 100,000 to increase the purity of stats by 1% was really cheap. Moreover, even if it was 1 million, 10 million, or even hundreds of millions, many powerhouses would not even blink. Well, that's all for this matter. Actually, there is one more thing. Morong Qing thought for a moment and then said, "It's like this. The attribute enhancement potion can only be used once. In other words, you can only use one even if you buy more. In addition to the attribute enhancement potion that can increase a martial artist's attribute purity by 1%, our group has also developed some potions that can increase attribute purity by 5% or 10%. Hiss. Hearing Morong Qing's words, everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. Morong Qing continued, "However, I hope everyone can understand that our group will not sell these potions to the public because there are very, very few. The Yixian group is now in the development stage and at the same time, it is developing its own forces. Therefore, we need a series of heavenly venerables and even stronger powerhouses. These potions are provided by us for the powerhouses of the continent. We also hope that with this channel, the powerhouses of the continent can come to Lin and City Yixian group to find us. We will discuss the specific cooperation plan in detail. Everyone, F***CK, this Yixian group is actually developing its own power. Nonsense, of course it's going to develop. Art Xian group's momentum is so strong. What's the point of earning so much money? Of course, we have to develop our own forces. What scale do you think the Art Xian group can develop to? It definitely won't be small. The Yixian group has won the hearts of the people, and it also has these tempting things that the entire continent can't offer. At least in the short term, the number of Yixian group's experts will definitely not be small. As long as the Yixian group doesn't make any mistakes in some of its policies, it will definitely become a relatively large force. This kind of news would not cause others to be unhappy. This was the company's own decision, and you had no right to interfere. Moreover, Art Xian Group had won the hearts of the people. Everyone would be able to understand if they explained a little. At this moment, all the powerhouses on the continent who were paying attention to this matter began to take action. F***CK. They were all heavenly venerables and great void stage cultivators. Being able to increase their attribute purity by 5% or even 10% was simply too tempting. With a 10% increase in attribute purity, the combat power of the heavenly venerable realm and the great void realm would increase by 10%. How exaggerated was that? And it was permanent. The temptation to these experts was simply unimaginable. What rights? Money. When one's realm was high, would these things be more tempting than increasing one's strength? Moreover, why did Morong Qing say 5% and 10%? That was to send a message to these experts. They had to come as soon as possible. If they were late, the items that could increase their attribute purity by 10% would be gone. If they were only left with the items that could increase their attribute purity by 5%, they would immediately lose half of it. Moreover, they had to come and compete with each other. As long as they competed with each other, it would definitely be beneficial to the Yixian group. So, do you have any other questions now? Morong Qing smiled. Miss Morong, may I ask? Then, a series of various questions were thrown out, and Morong Qing answered them one by one. Miss Morong, may I ask where President Lin is? She hasn't appeared for a long time. After answering most of the questions, a reporter asked this question. Morong Qing hesitated for a moment, then smiled and said, President Lin has been too busy and tired recently, so she is resting for a while. You will be able to see her after a while. Yes, where's your sister? It was also the first time Luo Chenxi asked Lin Xian this question. She replaced Lin Ya's job, but she basically never really asked about Lin Ya. She had been doing her job. It's nothing. Lin Xian shook his head. SK. Luo Chenxi rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Let's go, I'm going to work. Luo Chenxi shrugged. I reckon that after this news is released, many experts will come to the Yixian group. When the time comes, someone called by Xian will come. Remember to hand it over. No matter what she does, just agree. Luo Chenxi nodded. Got it, got it. Lin Xian lit a cigarette. Soon, Morong Qing walked in. It's over. Wait for a while. Lin Xian said, I'll leave it to you. I have to go and raise my realm. Heavenly Venerable Realm? Yes, Heavenly Venerable Realm. Damn. I'm so busy here every day. I don't even have time to raise my realm, Morong Qing said unhappily. Hee, it's okay. As long as your man is strong, it's fine. Lin Xian grinned. You? Lin Xian shrugged. Are you willing? Little brat. Morong Qing finished speaking and walked away. Lin Xian. Forget it, he didn't want to think about this for now. He needed to raise his realm to Heavenly Venerable Realm. Then, Lin Xian went to Linglong Shui's place and brought her along. This little girl was very powerful. He brought her along and let her help him deal some damage. It shouldn't be a problem for him to deal the finishing blow. After that, Lin Xian drove directly through the martial arts academy and sped further away. Where to? He didn't know. Anyway, he just drove further away. He would definitely meet some demonic beasts, some more powerful ones. At night. Lin Xian's car stopped in a pitch-black valley. What did he see? A ghost floating in the air. Chapter 1241. How should I put it? This location is neither too far nor too close. Normally speaking, this place should have already been explored by the human race because it's not too far away. But there's also the possibility that this place hasn't been explored yet. This world is so big, north, south, east, and west. There aren't many martial artists that can reach this location. The distance between here and Lin and city is actually more than 600 kilometers. In such a big world, 600 kilometers of demon beast territory might not have explored this place. But all of this isn't important. What's important is that Lin Xian feels like he's discovered something extraordinary. Now the sky is dark, the valley is very big and the surroundings are very quiet. Lin Xian also didn't see any demon beasts. It seems like not many demon beasts are willing to come to this place. Lin Xian can feel it. Big brother, this place, there's an evil aura. Dragony poked her head out from Lin Xian's arms and sniffed. Then her cute little nose wrinkled slightly. Lin Xian nodded, I also feel it, there might be another kind of creature here. Do ghosts exist? That's for sure. In fact, ghosts are vengeful spirits, demon beasts, or people who die, because of some special reason, their souls don't dissipate and continue to stay in the human world. As for whether or not there's such a thing as hell, no one can prove it. But things like souls definitely exist. The simplest way to prove it is when a martial artist reaches a certain level of Empyrean realm, As long as your soul is strong enough, when you die, your soul will come out. What does this mean? To put it simply, your realm is not low. You are no longer an ordinary person. Your soul has also been cultivated to a very powerful level. If your physical body dies, but your soul doesn't, what will happen? The soul can seize another person's body and live in that body, but the soul is his own. It's the same as not completely dying. Or maybe it's possible to reconstruct the body. So when you reach the Empyrean realm, if you want to completely kill someone, you have to destroy their soul. Although it's possible to not die, but 99% of the time, it's very difficult for the soul to reach a high realm. But a wildfire can't burn it out, it grows again with the spring breeze. Therefore, it was normal for there to be some souls here. That could only mean one thing. There must be something here that was attracting these souls, and something that could allow these souls to exist. Lin Xian had sensed that the soul strength here was not too high. Logically speaking, if he died like this, his soul would dissipate, let alone survive. Lin Xian led Dragony deeper into the valley. Dragony blinked her big eyes as she prepared to unleash her power at any moment. Above his head, in front of him, the vengeful spirits were drifting. Lin Xian's entrance attracted their attention. They all turned around and charged at Lin Xian. Boom! A blue light wave was released by a wraith towards Lin Xian. Of course, the soul could possess some of the power of the physical body, and it could even release martial skills. Lin Xian raised his hand, and the power was blocked by Lin Xian. Sigh, you're already dead. Why are you still alive and suffering here? Lin Xian secretly shook his head, and then his aura surged. Whoosh! Flames rushed out and turned into dozens of streaks that rushed towards the vengeful spirits. Unable to dodge in time, the vengeful spirits were all hit and turned into nothingness. This can be considered as Lin Xian releasing them from purgatory. Even if you can come back to life, it's not here. Here, it's more like you're living as an evil spirit. Lin Xian walked forward. What he was most curious about was what was so special about this place, and whether or not it had been discovered before. Why did this happen? In front of him, a figure was hiding. Seeing Lin Xian's arrival, the figure raised his head. Lin Xian frowned. He's also a soul body. But he seems to be quite powerful. Trespassers, die. The man's eyes narrowed, and with a wave of his hand, a blue light turned into a blade. Then, he rushed towards Lin Xian with incredible speed. Lin Xian raised an eyebrow. What the fuck? A soul body has power close to the heavenly venerable realm? Lin Xian was a little dumbfounded. Then what realm was this person when he was alive? At the very least, he should be above the 7 stars of the Great Void Realm, right? But it was useless. Lin Xian stretched out his hand, and the sacred sword appeared in his hand. This sacred sword seemed to be the nemesis of all evil things in the world. Lin Xian could feel the special power in this sacred sword. The moment the sacred sword appeared, the figure rushing over felt a kind of fear from the bottom of his heart. Whoosh! Lin Xian directly slashed at him. Ah! A shrill scream resounded throughout the valley. Lin Xian watched as the soul in front of him turned into nothingness. Secretly praising, he looked at the sacred sword in his hand. This is a sacred weapon, a peak-grade sacred weapon. It can increase Lin Xian's combat power by a lot, this is without a doubt. But even if he's only a soul in the heavenly venerable realm, he can still burst out with the power of a heavenly venerable. It's just that he can't use his elemental powers. But even under such circumstances, Lin Xian's sword directly cut his blade in half along with his body. His experience bar also increased. Big brother is so strong. Dragony clapped her little hands in Lin Xian's embrace. Of course. Lin Xian pinched her pink cheeks and continued to walk forward. Lin Xian couldn't help but gape at the scene in front of him. It was a black mass, no, it should be a blue mass. The souls of all kinds of demon beasts, as if they were a group of starving zombies that saw a human being, crazily rushed into a huge cave. What kind of power does this huge cave have? To be able to make these things rush in recklessly. Lin Xian was shocked beyond words. Then he condensed his power. Rest in peace. Thunder surging heavens. ZZZ. Lightning flashed all over the sky. All the souls were destroyed by Lin Xian. Lin Xian didn't know what was inside, didn't know what happened inside, but souls are actually evil things. Especially when these souls are like vengeful spirits, and evil spirits, crazily rushing in. Lin Xian knew that there's nothing good inside. After Lin Xian cleaned up the outside, Lin Xian quickened his pace and walked in. The cave was very, very big. It stretched far into the distance, as if it was underground. Moreover, it seemed to have been created by someone. When Lin Xian entered, he felt a cold and powerful soul aura. Lin Xian's soul force was very, very strong. He had lived 2 lives, and at the same time, he had been constantly increasing his soul force by absorbing top-grade spirit treasures of heaven and earth to increase his soul force. In addition, Lin Xian's law of creation was closely related to soul force, and the soul force surging in this place was very terrifying. Chapter 1242. In the depths, 2 figures were standing there. One of them had blood-red eyes, and he was one of the demon gods beside Zhao Mengyue who had inherited the power of the blood demon. After inheriting it, he had transformed into a powerhouse. The other one was a man with glasses who was trembling in fear. The only special thing about him was that one of his eyes seemed to be blind. And in front of them, there was a stage. On the stage, there was a blue fog that was expanding restlessly, sometimes big and sometimes small. The souls from the outside world were crazily rushing into this fog. "What are you doing?" The bespectacled youth looked at the young man beside him who looked like a demon in despair. "What am I doing?" "Let you be reborn from your soul bone, let you have the strongest power in this world." "I don't want it, I don't want it, I want to go back to study, I want to study." The man glanced at him and sneered. "Study? What's the use of studying? I used to be number 1 in the school. What's the use? Wasn't I humiliated by the goddess in front of everyone? But now, I've ked her to death and drunk all her blood. Delicious." The man let out a long sigh. "Demon, demon." The bespectacled youth swallowed a mouthful of saliva. "You haven't even cultivated, so you haven't felt the power. You can only live for less than 100 years. What's the point of living as a scum at the bottom? Don't tell me you don't envy those people who can leap onto roofs and vault over walls?" The blood demon asked. "I." His words made the bespectacled youth hesitate. "Are you willing to be mocked by others because you're blind in one eye? Don't you want to kill those who laugh at you every day? Because they look down on you and laugh at you, but you're not blind, you're just special. As long as you accept this power, you can become a powerhouse. In the future, you'll have the absolute right to speak in the entire world." "Ka ka ka." The Yenjing youth clenched his fists tightly. "How do I obtain this power? I don't want to be a coward for the rest of my life. I want those who laugh at me to get the punishment they deserve." The blood demon laughed. "That's more like it. It's very simple to obtain this power. You just need enough souls to fuse with it, break through its power, break through this barrier, and directly inherit it." All right. Time slowly passed, but what caused Blood Demon to frown was, where are the vengeful spirits? What about the soul body? He was so close. Why was his soul body broken? Just a moment ago, there was an endless stream of souls pouring in. Why did it suddenly disappear? Why did it suddenly disappear? Because the outside world had been destroyed by Lin Xian. "Wait here. Don't act rashly. I'll go and see what's going on." Then, Blood Demon walked out. At the same time, Lin Xian walked over with Dragoni. Turning a corner, the two of them came face to face and both of them froze for a moment. Lin Xian was stunned. "Damn, there's someone here? And such a young man at that? What are you doing here? Wait, why are his eyes blood red? No. It was an evil thing." The Blood Demon was stunned. How could there be someone here? So young. What the heck? Was that a fairy on his chest? No, I must destroy it. In the next moment, boom. The two of them released their power at the same time. Lightning and blood-red energy collided and the two of them staggered back. At the same time, Dragony seized the opportunity. Bad guy. Boom. A dragon god rupture erupted. Boom. Blood Demon didn't have time to dodge because he was still staggering. He didn't expect the little girl in Lin Xian's arms to have such terrifying power. Blood Demon was seriously injured. Damn it! He gritted his teeth, took a step forward, and disappeared on the spot. Lin Xian also wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. Damn it! Celestial Venerable? And a high-level Celestial Venerable at that. Fortunately, the power he released was strong and he subconsciously exchanged for strength and defense. Otherwise, he would have been seriously injured. Who was that person just now? Lin Xian frowned. Dragony was a dragon and she was very strong. The power of Dragon God Rupture wasn't the same as the power of a normal fire attribute martial art. It was normal for it to seriously injure someone. Fortunately, he brought Dragony with him. Lin Xian sighed. If he didn't have Dragony, he would have been in danger. No, it's hard to say because he has the space attribute. Now that he's close to the Celestial Venerable Realm, he can still run far away. But he can only run, he can't stay here. That person was very strange just now. Blood-red eyes and a very strange aura. He didn't look like a good person. And his age was about the same as Lin Xian's. His realm was so high. Wait, what's going on here? Big brother, are you okay? Dragony touched Lin Xian's chest and asked. Lin Xian shook his head. It's nothing, just a small injury. The law of creation will recover soon. Then, Lin Xian walked over and saw a ball of blue mist. He saw a weak human youth who had no spirit energy at all standing there. Lin Xian walked over as well. Who are you? The boy was stunned for a moment when he saw Lin Xian suddenly change into a different person. Dragony had already drilled into Lin Xian's arms. Who are you? Lin Xian asked with a frown. Then, he looked at the ball of blue mist. What the hell? What the hell is this? How can this soul power be so terrifying? Lin Xian was dumbfounded. What about that master from earlier? The boy asked. You're with him. The boy nodded. The master said that he wants me to inherit some kind of power. Inherit power? Lin Xian frowned. Then do you know who he is? The boy looked at Lin Xian. Aren't you with him? In the next moment, Lin Xian grabbed the boy's neck and exerted a little force. Speak, or you'll die, Lin Xian threatened. This was a very ordinary human, not even a martial artist. Strange, why would he appear here? Was he brought here by that person earlier? Cough, cough, cough. I'll speak. I'll speak. Lin Xian released him. He said, he's a blood demon. Cough, cough. Blood demon? What's that? Lin Xian asked. The boy shook his head. I don't know either. He brought me here for no reason and wants me to inherit some kind of power. Lin Xian rubbed his chin. Demon? Blood demon? Is it a title or something else? Lin Xian didn't know. He definitely thought of the 12 demon gods, but he didn't know what kind of demons they had or what they were called. What else? The boy shook his head. Okay, I got it. Go to the back and stay away. Oh. He hurriedly ran away. Lin Xian stared at the ball of blue mist. Chapter 1243. Lin Xian really doesn't know what this thing is. Does it feel like a spirit item? That's because Lin Xian can sense that this thing contains a large amount of soul force. Martial artists have a great thirst for soul force. For example, in the virtualized realm, if your soul force isn't strong enough, then you won't be able to break through even if you're stuck at 10-star Heavenly Sovereign Realm for 10,000 years. Only when your soul force is strong enough can you break through to the virtualized realm. Of course, any realm requires enough soul force to break through, it's just that the virtualized realm has the highest requirement. Do you know what this thing is? Lin Xian asks the bespectacled youth. The bespectacled youth hurriedly shakes his head. I don't know, that person didn't say, but it seems like this thing is very powerful. In any case, he knows where he is. If he goes out, he'll definitely die. But if he doesn't go out, he doesn't know if this person will kill him or not. But at least there's a chance of survival, so he'll just stay here obediently. Lin Xian sensed that this thing doesn't seem to be too dangerous. The main thing is, why is there a seal on the outside? Lin Xian reaches out his hand. Hey! The bespectacled youth called out to Lin Xian. Lin Xian looked at him. That person said we can't touch this thing. It seems like there's something unfinished. A lot of blue things poured in and suddenly disappeared. So he said he wants to go out and take a look. Lin Xian raised an eyebrow. Blue things poured in? Souls. Why did it break? This was because Lin Xian had just exterminated all the souls outside. But this thing's aura is still attracting more and more souls. Soon, a large number of souls poured in from the back. The bespectacled youth quickly hid not far away. Lin Xian stood there without giving any instructions. The souls poured in one after another, and it felt like they were being forcefully sucked in. Dragony poked her head out to observe. Big brother, there seems to be a lot of soul bodies. Lin Xian nodded. I don't know what it is exactly, but that person seems to want to let this little brother with glasses absorb it, and he doesn't have a realm. Can a person without a realm absorb this? Lin Xian rubbed his chin. Boom! In the next instant, the seal seemed to have been undone. Perhaps it was because the amount of souls injected into the seal had reached the required amount. What came next was a terrifying soul attack. Ugh. Dragony, you go to the back first. All right. Dragony then flew to the back. The bespectacled youth also hurriedly ran back, looking at Dragony in shock. Are you an elf? The bespectacled boy asked. Dragony glanced at him from the sky. Lin Xian furrowed his brows as he felt the soul attack coming at him. To be honest, he was very tempted. Such a terrifying soul force, if he were to absorb it, the increase in his strength would be unimaginable. The main thing was, what the hell is this? Based on his initial judgment, this thing didn't seem to be anything particularly strange. Let's give it a try. Lin Xian gritted his teeth and walked forward. Big brother, be careful. Dragony reminded. Lin Xian nodded and walked in front of the blue mist. With a surge of soul force, he tentatively reached out his hand. Lin Xian's hand came into contact with the blue mist. Icy cold. Scram. Lin Xian. That's right. A woman's voice inexplicably entered Lin Xian's mind. Scram. Lin Xian. What the hell? If the first voice was an illusion, then the second voice was definitely not an illusion. Was it the blue mist that spoke? Motherf asterisk cur. Telling me to scram? Initially, Lin Xian might have been fearful of him, but now, he wasn't. Why? If this was a terrifying thing, it should be trying to forcefully take over his body, desperately trying to get something from him. But now, this voice is telling me to scram. Does that mean it's afraid of me? Then scram? Scram my ass. I'm not scramming today. Lin Xian stuck his hand into the mist. In that moment, Lin Xian seemed to have formed some kind of connection with the mist. Whoosh! The blue mist flew into the air and rushed towards Lin Xian. Lin Xian. In the next moment, the blue mist rushed into Lin Xian's left eye. Ugh! Lin Xian staggered. It's an indescribable feeling, so painful, so painful. Ugh! Lin Xian groaned in pain. The bespectacled boy hurriedly retreated. This looks so scary. If it was me, wouldn't I die from the pain? Big brother. Dragony looked at Lin Xian worriedly. Ah! Lin Xian opened his arms wide, his continuous screams echoing in the air. Ah! It hurts. It hurts so much. It's not a physical pain, it's a mental one, it's a mental one. He couldn't take it anymore. Plop! Lin Xian knelt down, but the blue mist continued to rush into Lin Xian's left eye. Ugh! Big brother. Dragony flew around Lin Xian, but she didn't know what to do. Soon, all the blue mist rushed into Lin Xian's left eye. Hugh, Hugh. Lin Xian's breathing was extremely rapid as he slowly stood up. His left eye shone with a blue light, and there was even blue water. It looked like light, or perhaps it was mist dripping down from his eye. However, it did not fall down. Instead, it floated in front of his left eye. Ugh! In the next moment, Lin Xian's left eye erupted with a terrifying power. The blue light turned into a laser and shot out. Get out! Boom! The blue energy seemed to be able to penetrate all defenses in the world wherever it hit. Hugh! Plop! Lin Xian fell to his knees, gasping for air. Then Lin Xian lay on the ground. He didn't die, but it hurt so much. He was so tired that he didn't even want to squat, he just wanted to lie there. 3-star Empyrean Realm. That's right, he's a Empyrean Realm cultivator. Moreover, his soul force had improved by leaps and bounds, just as he had guessed. Just now, there was a consciousness that wanted to erode his will, but he swallowed it. Otherwise, he'd have to switch to someone else. But, what the F***ck is this thing? He really didn't get it. Lin Xian spread out his hands. The blue ball that looked like water, light, and mist dripped onto his palm. Lin Xian squeezed it. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Dozens of blue beams shot out through the gaps between his fingers. Hundreds of meters of walls were directly penetrated. Lin Xian. Chapter 1244. That's right, Lin Xian was absolutely dumbfounded. What the hell is this? Lin Xian then took out his phone to check. F***ck? Lin Xian saw his left eye. Is this still a F***king human eye? Why is it emitting blue light? Lin Xian then used his mind. An array of blue light shot out from his eye and floated in the air. Bang! Lin Xian punched it, and the blue light seemed to be able to penetrate everything in the world. It directly pierced through the 100-meter-thick wall and flew into the void. Maybe it also flew into the atmosphere? Or outer space? F***ck. Lin Xian felt that this thing was very powerful, but Lin Xian took a deep breath and tried to use his mind to activate it. Looking at his phone again, his eye returned to normal. Phew! Lin Xian exhaled. That scared me to death. I thought my eye would emit blue light in the future. But what the hell is this thing? Even now, Lin Xian still doesn't understand it. Just now, there was a consciousness that wanted to devour him, but that consciousness seemed to be very weak. But now, Lin Xian knows that this thing contains a large amount of soul power. Lin Xian's soul power has been upgraded. At the same time, the power that shot out is very terrifying. Although it doesn't seem to have much destructive power, its penetrative power is unimaginable. And he reached the Sky Sovereign Realm. Lin Xian is convinced. He came out to kill monsters. Why did he inexplicably encounter such a fancy thing and then reach the Sky Sovereign Realm without much effort? Wah! So uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. Big brother, are you okay? Dragony flew into Lin Xian's arms and touched Lin Xian's face. I'm fine. Lin Xian shook his head. Phew! You scared Dragony to death. Lin Xian's gaze then turned to the bespectacled youth. If he hadn't interfered, would this thing have been his? However, the man with the blood-red eyes didn't seem to be a good person, and the blue thing didn't seem to be anything good either. It was just that when it landed on Lin Xian's body, it seemed to become something good. Which city are you from? Lin Xian walked over and asked. Tianfeng City. Lin Xian nodded. Don't worry. I'll send you back. The bespectacled young man revealed an ecstatic expression. Thank you, big brother. Thank you, big brother. It's best if you don't tell anyone about what happened today. Otherwise you might get yourself killed. The bespectacled teenager quickly nodded. Yes, I know. Then, Lin Xian led him out. The difference between the Empyrean realm and the Domain realm was like the difference between heaven and earth. Moreover, Lin Xian's cultivation realm weakening domain had also been improved. He could now ignore cultivation realms and reduce an opponent's strength by 3 stars. Could it be that it would drop by 10 stars towards the end? WDNMD. When the time came, if he could reduce an opponent's realm by 7 or 8 stars at the Heavenly Tao realm by 1 star, the opponent's mind would explode. Furthermore, the improvement in the Empyrean realm was truly unimaginable. Lin Xian could really sense a qualitative change in strength and other aspects. Furthermore, there was a very crucial point to the improvement in the Empyrean realm: flight manipulation. Although flight manipulation consumed spiritual energy, it was very convenient. Lin Xian drove the bespectacled teenager back. He didn't know anything, so Lin Xian couldn't obtain any information from him. However, Lin Xian had unintentionally done a good deed. How should he put it? Lin Xian's power was the power of one of the 12 demon gods. However, Lin Xian didn't know that if he didn't appear, another demon god would appear in the world. This teenager would also become Zhao Mingyue's subordinate, a chess piece. Perhaps it could change his life, but he would become an enemy of humanity, a threat to the existence of the continent. Whether he wanted such a change or not, from the perspective of Lin Xian and the continent, Lin Xian's appearance wasn't wrong. Big brother, there's a huge demonic beast in front. Dragony raised her finger and pointed at the darkness ahead of them. So terrifying. The bespectacled teenager looked at the demonic beast in front of him with a horrified expression. It was a demonic beast that Lin Xian was rather familiar with. This was because Lin Xian had interacted with such demonic beasts a long time ago. Netherworld Flaming Lion. It was a powerful demonic beast with a strong bloodline and a large body. It was similar to a lion, but its body was covered in ghostly flames. At this moment, this one was much more powerful than the one he had encountered before. Creak. Lin Xian slammed on the brakes and stopped the car. No matter what, it can't be at the Great Void stage or high-level Empyrean realm, right? Then I'll just test how strong this thing I just obtained is. Lin Xian then got out of the car. The bespectacled teenager stayed in the car in horror. Nothing must happen to him, nothing must happen to him. If something happened to him, he would die too. Lin Xian used his Eye of Cave Spirit to investigate. 1-star Empyrean realm. In fact, it wasn't easy to encounter an Empyrean realm demonic beast outside, but Lin Xian's luck was good. This Netherworld Flaming Lion was a 1-star Empyrean realm demonic beast. Its destructive power was unimaginable. Roar. The Netherworld Flaming Lion was eating when it saw a human standing in front of it, seeking death. It might not care if you took a detour because it was eating, but now, you came down to seek death? Roar. In the next instant, a terrifying blue energy pierced through everything and rushed towards Lin Xian. Lin Xian. What the F***CK? The thing released by my eye isn't as thick as yours. Lin Xian then used the power of space and disappeared. Come on, let me try. In the next instant, Lin Xian's left eye flashed with a blue light again. Then, Lin Xian stretched out his right hand and covered his left eye. When he took his hand out, he was holding a blue ball that looked like water and mist. Shoot! In the next moment, Lin Xian let go of it, and the blue ball of light floated in mid-air. Lin Xian aimed at it, performed an upside-down golden hook, and kicked it. In that instant, the blue ball turned into dozens of stars and shot over. Roar! The Netherworld Flaming Lion didn't believe this and directly exploded with a powerful blue energy. Then, the blue energy released by the Netherworld Flaming Lion was penetrated by the dozens of blue energy released by Lin Xian, which were only a few centimeters thick. That's right. Lin Xian's energy didn't collide with the Netherworld Flaming Lion's energy at all. Instead, it penetrated his energy. Boom! The Netherworld Flaming Lion's energy bombarded the area where Lin Xian was, but Lin Xian dodged it with his power of space. So trashy? Lin Xian was a little dumbfounded. No, was it because his strength wasn't even qualified to touch the Netherworld Flaming Lion? He was instantly swallowed by the Netherworld Flaming Lion's demonic skill? However, Lin Xian stared. What the F***CK? Chapter 1245. Yes, his power had directly penetrated the Nether Flame Lion Beast's demonic skill, and at this moment, the Nether Flame Lion Beast, its body was completely pierced dozens of times, and the penetrating power even left dozens of bottomless but very small holes in the ground. This was the power released by Lin Xian. Lin Xian swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Could it be that the blue power released? Was it really invincible? Any power, in front of this power, was like a little brother. Perhaps this power could not give you that kind of visual impact, such as directly blasting a 100-meter wide hole, but its penetrating ability. What the F***ck? Lin Xian was dumbfounded. The penetrated Nether Flame Lion Beast was probably also dumbfounded. F***ck. This thing can't be used carelessly. Lin Xian swallowed a mouthful of saliva and muttered. It could only be used in front of a great enemy. If it was used in a normal martial arts competition to win, it was very likely that it would directly kill the opponent. No, I have to hurry back and ask Xiao Linglong and the others what the hell this thing is. What? Failed. On the other side, the blood demon lowered his head in front of Zhao Mengyue. Is he dead? Zhao Mengyue frowned and asked. No, it's just that someone suddenly appeared and intercepted it. Someone suddenly appeared? A human powerhouse? Zhao Mengyue asked, puzzled. Lin Ya's beautiful eyes lit up. Was it little Xian? That's not it. He wasn't strong, he seemed to have just reached the Empyrean realm. But he had a fairy-like existence in his arms. It was so strong that it directly injured me. The blood demon said helplessly. Trash. Zhao Mengyue gave him a backhand slap. After being slapped, that person felt so wronged that he couldn't speak. What did that person look like? He looked like he was in his 20s. I don't know the details. Zhao Mengyue clenched her fists. Such a strong power was actually discovered. Damn it. Phew. Since it's already been discovered, let's speed up. Then, she looked at Linya and said, You come with me. Blood demon, you go to the southern sky sea by yourself. Remember to bring the others, and you. Zhao Mengyue glanced at the girl next to her who was picking her nails. You go to the ruins of heaven and try to gather the rest within a month. At this moment, Lin Xian was at Linglong Shue's place. The bespectacled young man was sent back by Lin Xian. Little Linglong, can you help me take a look at my eyes? What exactly are they? Lin Xian moved closer to Linglong Shue. What? Empyrean? Linglong Shue carefully sensed her surroundings. Yi Renbing, Bing Lingyue, and Linglong Yue all looked at him. Empyrean, Empyrean. Of gods of the Empyrean of Empyrean. Go. It doesn't matter whether you're an Empyrean or not. I'm just worried. Lin Xian said, I refined something. What? Yi Renbing sat beside Lin Xian and asked curiously. Refining was just refining. This was very normal. However, looking at Lin Xian's anxious look, what could he be refining that made him so anxious? Lin Xian said, Stay away and be careful. The few of them were taken aback. What could he take out to make them be careful? Then, they moved to the side. With a single thought from Lin Xian, his left eye turned blue. With a swipe of his hand, a ball of watery, mist-like energy floated in the air. Seeing this, Linglong Shue and Yi Renbing were shocked. Bing Lingyue didn't know, and Linglong Yue didn't know either. What's this? Linglong Yue reached out to touch it. Don't touch it. Linglong Yue glared at her. Tisk. The girl then rolled her eyes and sat there obediently. Is this the void-killing eye? Linglong Shue said uncertainly. It's the void-killing eye. It's exactly the same as the records. Yi Renbing frowned and nodded. Why do you suddenly have the void-killing eye? Linglong Shue looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian said, I went to a place and saw many spirits merging into a ball of blue mist. Then, I felt a strong soul power, so I tried to refine it. Although the process was painful and my eyes hurt, it seems to be fine now. Ling Long Shui, Yi Renbing, you really don't want to live. Yi Renbing said helplessly. You don't even know what it is, and you tried to refine it. Ling Long Shui didn't know what to say. Should she call him ignorant or bold? What is this void-killing eye? Bing Lingyue asked curiously. She felt it and didn't feel much power, but she didn't dare to touch it. Ling Long Shui said, it's the strongest offensive power in the world. This void-killing eye is supposed to be born with it, but Lin Xian forcefully absorbed it and turned his left eye into the void-killing eye. This is also possible. The strongest offensive power? Lin Xian was stunned. It felt amazing, but was it really that powerful? Yes, with your heavenly venerable strength, no one below the heavenly Tao would dare to block it. If they did, they would either be seriously injured or die. Lin Xian. So strong. Lin Xian opened his mouth wide. Ling Long Shui reached out and pinched the blue mist, dispersing it. Yes, it may not have much destructive power, but its penetrative power is unimaginable. Have you tried it? Lin Xian nodded. Yes. Then you should have seen it. Lin Xian nodded. It's very, very powerful. Ordinary great virtual realm cultivators can't block it at all. Once they can't block it, the released power will directly penetrate the target. If it hits a vital point, it will kill the target instantly. Lin Xian. This was really much stronger than he had imagined. However, there are always drawbacks. Yi Renbing thought for a moment and said, this power consumes soul power, and it's much harder to increase soul power than spiritual power. However, this can't be considered a drawback. In future battles, if anyone dares to directly block or collide with this power, they will be courting death. Lin Xian let out a long breath. Are there any side effects? Lin Xian asked. The two girls shook their heads. No, the only thing to worry about is whether it will harm your soul power. Lin Xian nodded. Then it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Damn. It's worth it. It's not just worth it. The strongest offensive power in the world, do you think? Yi Renbing was really amazed by Lin Xian's luck. Wasn't this too amazing? But, why the hell is that mist? Ling Long Shui looked at Lin Xian. The last person recorded with the void killing, I was one of the 12 demon gods you told me about. Lin Xian? Chapter 1246. He was blinded. One of the 12 demon gods? Lin Xian was dumbfounded. Wait a minute. Lin Xian then said, when I went there was a red-eyed man with a human without any cultivation. It was said that he wanted that human to inherit this power. That means... Lin Xian rubbed his chin. F***ck. That person is one of the demon gods? Lin Xian stared with his eyes wide open. What the F***ck? He actually brushed shoulders with a demon god. And the 12 demon gods were all sealed, or rather, the powers of the 12 demon gods were sealed. That meant that the power he inherited was the power of one of the 12 demon gods. And originally, the previous person was going to inherit it to the bespectacled youth. Therefore, the red-eyed man was one of the 12 demon gods, and he should have just inherited the demon god's power. Otherwise, it was impossible that he was not particularly strong. Then, he should be working under Zhao Mengyue's orders. This Zhao Mengyue was trying to gather the powers of the 12 demon gods. Got it. Lin Xian understood everything. In addition to the information Linya gave him previously, Zhao Mengyue's current plan was to obtain the powers of the 12 demon gods. With such a level of power as her own faction, she was definitely very powerful. This was especially true for Lin Xian. After inheriting this power, he knew exactly how terrifying this void-killing eye was. If 11 more of this terrifying power were to appear, and all of them were for her to use, it was hard to imagine. F***ck. But how did she know about the sealing points of the demon god's powers? Lin Xian frowned. Ling Long Shui said, simple. It's very likely that she obtained something. F***ck. But she got it. That means, my sister might have also inherited some demon god's power? Lin Xian frowned. Probably. Is there any danger? Ling Long Shui said, you also inherited it. Do you feel any changes? Lin Xian shook his head. That's right. What she inherited was only power, not the possession of the sealed demon god. She is still her, but she simply has some kind of special power. Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. So that was the case. Because Lin Ye was not a bad person to begin with, there was no need to worry about her obtaining some kind of power that would cause her to go on a rampage. But there's one thing you need to pay attention to, Yi Renbing reminded Lin Xian. What? Because at that time, the nihility killing I was a power possessed by one of the 12 demon gods, so if you release this power in front of the world, some people may define you as a demon god. Although the nihility killing eye is not an evil power compared to the other demon god's power, the person who once wielded this power is evil, so it is inevitable that people will have a preconceived notion. Lin Xian nodded. I understand. Yes, but there aren't many people in this world who still recognize the void-killing eyes. Most of them are seniors. Actually, it depends on the person. It doesn't matter much. Yi Renbing said. Got it. Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. What do you plan to do next? Yi Renbing continued to ask. Next, I'll continue to improve my strength. But I really want to find my sister, but I don't know where the other demon gods are sealed. Lin Xian scratched his head. Don't worry too much about your sister. She's a good person to begin with. You don't need to worry about her becoming an evil person. Besides, isn't she working with you from the inside? Yi Renbing said. Lin Xian nodded. I know. I'm just worried that she'll be wronged. She should be the helper of the person you're talking about now, but she hasn't become an evil person. The person you're talking about might not be a match for your sister. He probably used something to restrict your sister. Don't worry too much. Lin Xian nodded. I know. Yi Renbing then looked at Ling Long Shui and said, if there's really no other way, why don't we go to that senior and help her with the divination? Ling Long Shui pondered. It's not impossible. If that senior agrees, we can do it. But she's already divined about Lin Xian's sister. She must have divined about the 12 demon gods. Since she didn't say anything, it shouldn't be too big of a problem, right? Lin Xian said, I think so too. Forget it. Let's continue to observe. It's more important to improve our strength first. Yi Renbing looked at Lin Xian. I think the humans and demons are about to start a war. I know. It should be soon. Especially after what happened to you, they probably can't wait any longer. Don't worry about it. Just give birth to my baby. Yi Renbing couldn't be bothered to look at Lin Xian. After that, Lin Xian went to the martial arts academy. Murong Yu had been away from the martial arts academy for some time. She had been frantically improving her realm. She had obtained her body half a year ago, but her realm had stagnated for a long time. Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, Wang Xintong, Xiao Xinyue, and the others often went out to farm monsters and improve their realm. The rest were just ordinary daily activities. Why did Lin Xian go to the martial arts academy? Because the martial arts academy had sent Lin Xian a private message. The martial arts academy was about to make a big move. Murong Yu naturally received the message too. She was also on her way back. There was also good news. Han Chuxue had become a celestial venerable. Ling Ying, Xiao Xinyue, and Wang Xintong were only one step away. As for the others, 2 of them had also become celestial venerables. Lin Xian, Lin Xian, Lin Xian. When Lan Xingxing saw that Lin Xian was finally back, she couldn't help but circle around Lin Xian. What's wrong? Big Sister Murong hasn't been back for so many days. Big Sister Wu has also been out for so many days. I'm so bored. Luckily, I have Big Sister Han and the others to play with. But they all went out today too. Sob sob sob. Lan Xingxing pouted, feeling very wronged. I say, everyone is working hard to improve their realm. What about you? Lin Xian scratched her little nose. I'm working very hard too. I'm already a 5-star domain realm cultivator. Lin Xian secretly praised. He felt that Lan Xingxing didn't work hard to cultivate. How did she become a 5-star domain realm cultivator? Her talent was definitely not low. If she really worked hard to cultivate, she would probably be a 10-star domain realm cultivator or a celestial venerable. He really couldn't underestimate this glutton. I know. You're just looking for me to cook good food for you. Hee hee. Lan Xingxing stuck out her pink tongue. Happy. Why? Because there was only Lin Xian and herself today. Then, only she could eat Lin Xian's delicious food. Wow, wow, wow. She could eat a lot. So happy. Let's go. I'll go to your place to cook good food for you. And then, Lin Xian thought, since there was no one around now, could he test the waters and win this girl over? Chapter 1247. Lan Xingxing was now used to having a lot of delicious food at home. She could cook when she had nothing to do. The most important thing was that if Lin Xian came back, she could make delicious food immediately. Your sister Wu hasn't been back for many days? Lin Xian went to their house and asked. Yeah, that's why I'm bored to death. Lan Xingxing pouted. She went to cultivate. Wouldn't it be boring if you went to cultivate too? Lin Xian said helplessly. Xingxing is working very hard to cultivate. It's just that Lin Xian didn't see it. Okay. Lin Xian then habitually put on an apron. Damn it. He had become this girl's nanny. Lan Xingxing's eyes twinkled as she watched Lin Xian cook every dish. Lin Xian, can I go with you to Chongfeng City for the mission? Lan Xingxing blinked her big eyes and asked expectantly. Lin Xian paused in the middle of cutting vegetables. How do you know it's a mission to Chongfeng City? Lin Xian asked Lan Xingxing in surprise. One had to know that the martial arts academy only gathered everyone here. No one knew what mission they were going to do. How did this girl know that they were going to Chongfeng City? Chongfeng City was a city in front of Tianhua City. Lin Xian had been to this city before. Previously, the human race had a big operation against the Goblin clan in Chongfeng City. However, because of a traitor, the mission failed. In the end, it was Lin Xian who saved those people and destroyed the Heavenly Void Crystal. This was also one of the reasons why the Goblin clan hated Lin Xian. Ah? Lan Xingxing was stunned for a moment. Then she quickly stammered, I guessed. Lin Xian looked at her. Hurry up and say it. If you don't say it, don't expect me to cook for you in the future. Lan Xingxing pouted. Bad guy. She couldn't help but say. Fine, if you don't want to tell me, then forget it. Lin Xian put down the knife. I'll talk. Lan Xingxing hurriedly grabbed Lin Xian's arm. He had been craving it for so many days. Okay, go ahead. Lin Xian smiled at Lan Xingxing. Lin Xian felt that this girl was not simple. Why? He had never heard her mention where she came from. She was just a little foodie who followed behind others. It's grandfather who told Xingxing. Grandpa? Who's your grandfather? Lin Xian, you can't tell anyone. Lan Xingxing looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian nodded. Don't worry. Grandpa is the Dean. Lin Xian? WDNMD. This girl is the granddaughter of the director of the Martial Arts Academy? No, Lin Xian scratched his head. Lin Xian only knew of 2 people in the Heavenly Dao realm. One was the director of the Martial Arts Academy, and the other was Murong Yu's grandfather, whom he had met in the Divine Realm. There were definitely more, but Lin Xian had never come into contact with them. Furthermore, the director of the Martial Arts Academy was Lan Xingxing's grandfather. Wow. This girl really kept a low profile. So the director is your grandfather? Lan Xingxing nodded. Grandpa forbade me from saying. I know. Actually, I already knew that you were the director's granddaughter. Lin Xian said. Ah. How did you know? Lan Xingxing expressed that she had never revealed anything. Lin Xian smiled and said, Of course I knew. I just didn't say it. I just wanted to see if you were lying to me. Wow. Lin Xian, you're so amazing. Lan Xingxing's big eyes twinkled. She hadn't said anything, but Lin Xian knew that she was the director's granddaughter. Of course, Lin Xian was faking it. This lass was so innocent. He would definitely get his hands on her today. Wow. What an old scumbag. That's right. Didn't you think I was amazing before? Of course you're amazing. You cook so well, and you're ranked first in the academy. Lan Xingxing nodded repeatedly. Lin Xian smiled. Help me wash the vegetables. How many do you want to eat? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Yes, 10. Lin Xian, you're really greedy. Lin Xian smiled. Hee. I want to eat. All right, since you're so beautiful, I'll make 10 for you. Wow. It took Lin Xian 2 hours to cook this dish. Although there were only 2 main dishes, it was more than enough. Gulp. Lan Xingxing swallowed her saliva. Too beautiful, too delicious. Eat. Lin Xian smiled and handed her a pair of chopsticks. Then, he saw that this girl's hands were stained with oil. God knows how many bites she had taken. Then Xingxing won't be polite. Then, this girl turned on her whirlwind mode. Lin Xian opened his mouth. Damn. This girl's appetite was really big. Very quickly, all 10 dishes were finished. I'm satisfied. Lan Xingxing leaned back in her chair with an intoxicated expression. Was there anything more blissful than this? Definitely not. No. Also, she could eat this much every day, and she didn't have to worry about getting fat. Wow. If you weren't a warrior, you would definitely be a fatty. Lin Xian teased. Lan Xingxing stuck out her pink tongue. Lin Xian, can you cook good food for me every day when you're free? Lan Xingxing asked expectantly. No. Lin Xian shook his head. Oh. Lan Xingxing suddenly felt disappointed. Why? I can give you money, I can give you good things. Lin Xian smiled and said, Think about it, if I cook good food for you every day, how am I going to find a girlfriend in the future? Oh. Lin Xian, don't you have a girlfriend? Lan Xingxing tilted her head and asked. Where did this lass find out about this? Sister Ling Ying. Sister Han. Xintong seems to have one too. Then, this girl started counting with her fingers. Lin Xian. Cough. Lin Xian coughed and said, So I cook good food for them every day. Oh. Lan Xingxing pouted her little mouth. Actually, it's not impossible if you want me to cook good food for you every day. Then, this girl looked at Lin Xian expectantly. As long as you become my girlfriend, I can definitely cook good food for you every day. Lan Xingxing's little mouth opened slightly. At that moment, she was infinitely moved. But Lin Xian, you have a girlfriend. But didn't you say that I have several? Then why can't you be counted as one of them? Ha! Lan Xingxing tilted her little head. But, AI. Forget it, if you don't want to, then don't want to. They're probably coming soon, I have to cook good food for them. Zhang. Lan Xingxing quickly stood up. Yes. She grabbed Lin Xian's arm and said repeatedly. As long as she became Lin Xian's girlfriend, then Lin Xian could cook good food for her every day. Chapter 1248. As for Lan Xingxing, she was a little silly, but she roughly knew what the relationship between a boyfriend and girlfriend was like, kissing and so on. However, she felt that she also liked Lin Xian. The most important thing was that she could eat delicious food every day. And if she didn't agree, then she would eat less. In fact, the main reason she agreed was because she was defeated by Lin Xian's cooking skills. Who said that you can't get girls if you cook delicious food? Then you agree? Lin Xian asked with a smile. N. Then give me a kiss. Lan Xingxing's little face blushed. Kiss where? Lin Xian said with a smile, it's up to you, where I kiss you will decide how many dishes I will cook for you in the future. Lan Xingxing walked in front of Lin Xian. Shy, of course she was shy, but because of her personality, she was more daring. She tiptoed and then kissed Lin Xian's cheek. Okay. Lin Xian smiled. Then you can't play with other boys in the future. Lin Xian was afraid that this girl would play with other boys after establishing a relationship with him, or be fooled by other boys because she was so silly. Aya, Xingxing is silly, but Xingxing knows about boyfriends and boyfriends. Moreover, Xingxing doesn't have any other boys to be friends with, just Lin Xian. Lan Xingxing said with a pout. It's good that you know. Lin Xian smiled. Ding. Congratulations on completing the mission, successful confession, Lan Xingxing. Mission reward, Law of Destruction, has been issued. Lin Xian then sensed something in his mind. Law of Destruction. He also had Murong Yu's Law of Destruction. Lin Xian had fought with Murong Yu many times before, so he knew how powerful this Law of Destruction was. Perhaps in terms of functionality, the Law of Destruction couldn't be compared to the Law of Creation because the Law of Creation could do many things, such as releasing one's power, increasing one's realm, healing one's wounds, or even creating something out of thin air. And there was only one Law of Destruction. Destruction. For example, if a domain realm cultivator was in front of Lin Xian would release the Law of Destruction and directly destroy the cultivator's heart, killing him instantly. Or if a person uses a martial skill on you, you can also destroy the martial skill. This was where the Law of Destruction was tyrannical. Each of them had their own unique effects and characteristics, but now, Lin Xian had both of them. Lin Xian had too many heaven-defying abilities. It was just that the most awkward thing right now was, Lin Xian didn't have any truly powerful divine tier or saint tier martial skills. In fact, if Lin Xian wanted to have a divine rank martial skill, he would definitely have one. This was because his first peak definitely had a divine rank martial skill. Even Lin Xian had not gone up to take a look. Divine ranked martial skills were not weak, but there was a huge gap between divine ranked martial skills. Lin Xian even felt that some divine ranked martial skills were inferior to heaven ranked martial skills. Then kiss me again. Lin Xian smiled and moved his face closer. No. Lan Xingxing's little face turned slightly red. Come on. If you kiss me again, I'll make you another dessert. Lan Xingxing's little mouth opened slightly. Smack. Ha, be good. I'll make dessert for you. Lan Xingxing happily followed behind Lin Xian. Lin Xian, can you not tell Grandpa about this first? Lan Xingxing asked. About us dating? Yes, it's just that Grandpa doesn't allow Xingxing to date early. Lin Xian glanced at this girl. Actually, you're not that young anymore. You're 17 years old, right? Yes. Don't worry, I won't say anything anyway. Xingxing can tell Grandpa when she's 18. Lin Xian thought that it was best if she did not say anything. If Dean Yuan of the Martial Arts Academy knew that he had managed to woo his precious granddaughter, he would probably be furious. This was because Lin Xian probably knew that many of the girls around him were his girlfriends. Someone of that level should know. Even if he didn't know, he should be able to guess. Soon, Murong Yu and Wu Yuhan walked in together. When they walked in and saw Lin Xian, they were stunned for a moment. Hello. Lin Xian smiled and greeted them. When Lan Xingxing saw them, her pretty face subconsciously turned slightly red. Lin Xian glanced at these two girls. Wu Yuhan had already advanced to the Heavenly Venerable Realm, while Murong Yu was at Domain Realm 10 stars. It couldn't be helped. She had delayed for half a year. Being at Domain Realm 10 stars now was already very impressive. Wu Yuhan's cold personality was obviously in charge now. After glancing at Lin Xian, she returned to her room. What realm are you at? Murong Yu looked at Lin Xian and asked. Heavenly Venerable. Morong Yu. You're a Heavenly Venerable now? This Lin Xian's realm was lower than hers before. How did he become a Heavenly Venerable now? Aha! Wow! Lin Xian, you're a Heavenly Venerable now. Lan Xingxing's little mouth opened slightly. Yes, I was lucky. I refined something and advanced directly. Not only was he a Heavenly Venerable, but he was also a 3-star Heavenly Venerable. Morong Yu clenched her small fists. She still lost to him. However, she had already tried her best. I'm only at Domain Realm 10 stars. However, I hope that this Martial Arts Academy mission will allow me to advance to the Heavenly Venerable level. Morong Yu said. Definitely. Don't you know who you are? Lin Xian smiled and said. I'm going to take a shower. After saying that, Morong Yu also walked away. Han Chuxue and the others also came back. After taking a shower, they had dinner. At night, everyone gathered in the square of the Martial Arts Academy. 20,000 students of the Martial Arts Academy were gathered here. This was also a very impressive thing about the Martial Arts Academy. After so long and so many missions, not a single person died. It was really amazing. The main reason was that the Martial Arts Academy was well protected. Every mission would give a student a teleportation crystal. If they encountered danger, they could directly teleport back. Basically, with their abilities, they could teleport back. Where's Miss Xiao? Lin Xian did not see Xiao ruining in the military class, so he asked Morong Yu next to him. Morong Yu said, I heard that Miss Xiao is advancing. Advancing to the Heavenly Venerable level? Lin Xian rubbed his chin. She should be stronger than a Heavenly Venerable. However, being a teacher really took up a lot of her time. Yes. At this moment, the Vice President Luo Xiu walked up. Everyone, I'm sure you've all been idle for quite some time. First of all, congratulations to the students of the Martial God Academy for advancing to the Heavenly Venerate level. I won't go into the specifics. Everyone has grown tremendously over the past year. We've all seen it with our own eyes. Next, I'll directly announce the mission for all of you tomorrow. Then, Luo Xiu said, Tianhua City has been taken back with everyone's efforts. The 3 major forces are already stationed in Tianhua City. Now, what we need to do is to take back Chongfeng City. Once Chongfeng City is taken back, the people can go and live in Tianhua City. Therefore, for this mission, 20,000 people will march into Chongfeng City. Our academy's instructors will also go. The main mission is to protect you and solve the possible great virtual realm monsters in Chongfeng City. Lin Xian was excited. Finally, there was such a chance. Chapter 1249. Lin Xian was waiting for such an opportunity. To be honest, he didn't dare to go to a place like Chongfeng City alone. Of course, unless he absolutely had to go. Otherwise, why would he go to a city in such a huge beast domain? However, if everyone, 20,000 people went there to do the mission, the concept would be different. Luo Xiu said, at that time, everyone will still have a teleportation crystal. Crush the teleportation crystal at the most critical moment, and you can leave the danger and return to the Martial Arts Academy. As for the rest, there's nothing else to say. It's the same as before. Be careful and always be vigilant. Fight freely. Yes. Also, Chongfeng City should be more dangerous than Tianhua City. The operation in Tianhua City was successful, but I don't want you to be arrogant. In the beast domain, no matter where you are, you must always be vigilant. Yes. Luo Xiu then said, there's one more thing. After entering Chongfeng City, you can choose to fight alone or form a team. It doesn't matter how many people there are in your team. This is a mission for everyone. If you complete it, you will be the heroes of the human race. I hope you can form a team. Even if there are only 2 people, you can take care of each other, understand? Understood. Okay, then go and prepare what you need to prepare. Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we will set off on time. Yes. Then, everyone dispersed. Lin Xian also obtained a new domain, the Law of Destruction, and the Void-Killing Eyes. Moreover, he had advanced to the 3rd level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm. In fact, he also wanted to take this opportunity to test his real combat strength and continue to improve his realm. He must continue to improve his strength. Without strength, how could he deal with the demon race? How could he ensure that Linya would be fine? Hey! Everyone dispersed, and Ling Ying went to Lin Xian's side. Are you a heavenly venerable? Lin Xian asked. Ling Ying shook his head. I'm still a step away, but this time I should be able to become a heavenly venerable in Chongfeng City. Then, before we go tomorrow, shouldn't the two of us have some fun? Lin Xian smirked. Go to hell. Ling Ying rolled his eyes and walked away. Lin Xian shrugged. Forget it, he should conserve some energy. Right now, he only had the divine tier martial skill, Myriad Lightning Heavenly Prison. Before that, he might have to get some divine tier martial skills. Therefore, Lin Xian came to his first peak. After arriving at the first peak's treasure pavilion, Lin Xian began to search for a suitable martial skill for himself. There were indeed a few deity tier martial skills, but Lin Xian truly did not fancy them. It was still the same old saying. The more martial skills one had, the better. Sometimes, having too many martial skills would be a burden. One should find a martial skill that was more suitable for oneself. Now, Lin Xian also had the dark attribute. However, most of the time, Lin Xian preferred to use the space attribute, even though the two were different. He was still using offensive martial techniques because Lin Xian didn't lack other types of power. Creating laws could make up for a lot of it. What Lin Xian lacked the most was power that could allow him to fight above his level. Little Ice's Ice Immortal Art is a terrifying heaven-tier martial skill that can increase the power of Ice attribute martial skills by 5 times. Therefore, if I find a powerful Ice attribute martial skill now, it should be the most cost-effective. Lin Xian rubbed his chin and paced back and forth. There was an Ice attribute martial skill, but it was much worse than he had imagined. Oh right, little Chu Xue is a top-notch Ice attribute martial artist. She should have it. Han Chu Xue picked up the phone. She meant for Lin Xian to find Morong Yu. Morong Yu definitely had more and more powerful than her. Morong Yu. Lin Xian rubbed his chin and called Morong Yu. Morong Yu was in the room listening to Lan Xingxing's nagging. Wu Yuhan was also listening. When her phone rang, Morong Yu felt as if she had been pardoned and quickly picked it up. I'll be right there. After speaking, Morong Yu quickly walked away. Big Sister Morong, you haven't finished listening to Xingxing. It's okay, I have something to do. Let your big sister Wu listen. Morong Yu then quickly left. She arrived at Lin Xian's first peak. She was very familiar with this place because it used to be her territory. Lin Xian was sitting on the lawn, grilling chicken wings and oysters. Oysters with garlic. Do you want some? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Morong Yu shook her head. It's all garlic. I'm not eating it. Then if I eat it, you'll eat it too. Why don't you eat some too? Morong Yu? What did that mean? Lin Xian then licked his lips. Morong Yu understood. She quickly changed the topic. Ice attribute martial skill, right? What kind of one do you want? Lin Xian thought for a moment and said, Ice attribute martial skills should all be AoE freezing, right? More or less. There are some more special ones, such as the Wall of Ice. Morong Yu then waved her hand, and a wall like air stood there. This can separate the battlefield. It's fine if you don't go through it, but if you do, you'll instantly turn into an ice sculpture. Lin Xian shook his head. I don't want this. I still want the most powerful one. Morong Yu then handed Lin Xian a secret manual. This is one of my Morong family's heirlooms martial skills. Worlds return to 0. In the entire continent, only Morong family's ice attribute martial artists know this. It might not be the strongest because it's only a 5-star divine rank, but it should be one of the most special ones. Lin Xian took it. Only Morong family's people know this. But you gave it to me. Oh, so in your heart, I'm already a Morong family member. Lin Xian revealed a smirk. Morong Yu frowned. Don't talk nonsense. Heh, women are reserved creatures. Morong Yu then stood up. I'm leaving. Hey, I'm going to cultivate now. Can't you help me watch over and protect me? Morong Yu stopped in her tracks. Helpless. When Lin Xian said this, she didn't know whether to leave or not. It's very difficult to cultivate this martial skill in a short period of time. World's Return to Zero is at least a divine rank martial skill. Morong Yu said. She wanted to run. She felt that if she didn't run, it would be very dangerous. She would definitely be ruined by this Lin Xian. Then I have to cultivate it too, right? Lin Xian said. All right. Morong Yu thought for a while. She had cultivated this martial skill for 7 days before she could release it. This Lin Xian should at least spend the entire night cultivating this martial skill. He probably didn't have much time left. After that, Lin Xian opened the martial skill and began to look at it. Then, he began to cultivate according to the martial skill's introduction. At first, nothing much happened. Morong Yu was bored, so she roasted chicken wings and oysters. Since Lin Xian was cultivating, he probably wouldn't eat, so she kindly accepted it. A few hours later, she was full from eating. Suddenly, the surroundings became cold. Chapter 1250. Morong Yu looked at Lin Xian. At that moment, the cold aura surrounding him was very familiar to her. Wasn't this the aura of World Return to Zero? It couldn't be. How many hours had it been? He could already condense the aura of World Return to Zero? Morong Yu was shocked. She had cultivated for a week. Wait, let's see if he could condense the most important power. Crack, crack, crack. Then the surroundings started to freeze. Morong Yu. All right. She lost. Lin Xian was indeed a monster. After another hour, Lin Xian opened his eyes and retracted the cold aura around him. World Return to Zero was indeed very powerful. This was an ice attribute martial art. It had a large area of effect and was very powerful. The amount of spiritual energy one released was related to the cold aura and area of effect of this martial art. Once this martial art chose an area, it would freeze everything in an instant, including the air. Imagine, if this power was released under the 5-fold amplification of Bing Lingyue's ice celestial art, how terrifying would it be? Even if it was an ice attribute martial art, it was definitely not something a god-level lightning attribute martial art could compare to. You learned it? Morong Yu asked. Lin Xian stood up and nodded. It's not that difficult. Morong Yu, it's okay. Morong Yu nodded awkwardly. Then I'll leave first. Oh! Lin Xian reached out and grabbed Morong Yu's arm. Little beauty, you're already here and you're still thinking of leaving? Lin Xian smirked and pulled her into his arms. Morong Yu, let go. Morong Yu struggled for a moment. Lin Xian smirked and kissed her. After kissing her, Lin Xian let go of her. There's a smell of garlic. Did you eat my garlic oyster? I hate it so much. Morong Yu. Then, Lin Xian kissed her again. Why did you kiss her when you despised her? And then, Lin Xian and Morong Yu were on the lawn. They were not worried about other people coming over. Then, they started a great battle. After that, Morong Yu held onto the stone table, the tree. Anyway, she was tormented by Lin Xian in all sorts of ways. The next morning, the two snuggled together on the grass. Lin Xian was the first to open his eyes. TSK. It was especially beautiful. Now that the sky was bright, there was nothing on them, nothing covered. Morong Yu curled up like this. The sunlight shining on her body was simply unimaginably fair. It was too perfect. Morong Yu rested her head on her hand. Her long eyelashes trembled slightly, and then she opened her beautiful eyes. When she opened her eyes, she did not see Lin Xian. She got up to take a look and found Lin Xian standing there looking at her unscrupulously. Morong Yu, go to hell. Morong Yu gritted her teeth. Then, a surge of energy surged toward Lin Xian. Roar, Lin Xian flew out. Wow! Was this a woman? Morong Yu ran to the bathroom she was familiar with. After a while, she finished showering and changed into a new set of clothes. Bastard! When she saw Lin Xian, she was so angry that she gritted her teeth. But what could she do? She had done that with him in the divine territory for half a year. Even if she came out, Lin Xian would be naughty. She could not reject him at all. Bastard! Hee, you're so beautiful. Lin Xian grinned. Scram! Morong Yu said in annoyance. Then, she hurriedly left. Lin Xian followed behind her with a mischievous grin. Don't follow me. Morong Yu gritted her teeth. Why the hell? Morong Yu. Then, she directly released her spatial energy and disappeared on the spot. Why the hell? Of course, she was worried that others would see the two of them come out of the same place so early in the morning. Damn. Then she would explode. Lin Xian smiled. Sigh, women. That's what women are like. After that, everyone gathered in the plaza. Lin Xian and Morong Yu stood together in the military section. Morong Yu felt that something was off as she stood next to Lin Xian. For some reason, she felt uneasy standing next to Lin Xian, especially when people were looking at them. She couldn't shake the feeling that they had been exposed. So annoying. Xiao Runing walked over. Everyone, take this teleportation crystal. Xiao Runing handed out the teleportation crystal. Lin Xian glanced at it. Sure enough, this Xiao Ningning was a heavenly venerable. Miss Xiao, congratulations on advancing to the heavenly venerable realm, Lin Xian said with a smile. Xiao Runing rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. What about you? I'm also a heavenly venerable. Xiao Runing was stunned for a moment. Morong Yu looked at Lin Xian. Was he really a heavenly venerable? She wasn't sure. If it was true, his advancement was too fast. Then, do well in this mission in Chongfeng City, Xiao Runing said. Thinking back, what was this Lin Xian's realm before? Now, he was a heavenly venerable. Thinking about it, his improvement was too great. However, everyone's improvement was great. Wang Xintong, Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, and so on, they were no longer in the same realm as before. They had all become too strong. Good news. This was all good news. Everyone, get ready to set off. Yes. Then, all 20,000 of them entered the nebula cars one after another and headed to Chongfeng City. Chongfeng City was much more dangerous than Tianhua City, because Chongfeng City had been occupied by the demon race for a long time. Tianhua City had only been established for a few months, so the demon beasts there were much worse than Chongfeng City in terms of numbers and stability. Lin Xian and Morong Yu were in the military class, so they were in the same car. When we arrive, let's work together the whole time, Lin Xian said to Morong Yu. Morong Yu nodded. Sure. As for Ling Ying and company, after all, they were not going to Chongfeng City directly for the big boss. Otherwise, Lin Xian would definitely gather Ling Ying and company together with the Storm Squad to do something big. At least, there was no need for that now. It was better for them to be separated. At that moment, the 9th Fei God Temple had changed hands. With Xie Qiui dead, there was naturally a new Fei God to succeed him. And the 9th Fei God Temple belonged to the myriad poison sky python race. Basically, the 9th Fei God Temple was filled with myriad poison sky pythons. The new Fei God was definitely not as strong as Xie Qiui, but he was definitely in existence at the Heavenly Tao realm. Your Excellency, we have received news from the Myriad Fei Alliance that the Humans Martial Arts Academy have entered Chongfeng City and are preparing to take it back. Our 9th Fei God Temple is the closest Fei God Temple to Chongfeng City. Do you think? The man pondered for a moment. This is indeed a chance to kill the Martial Arts Academy, which poses a great threat to the Fei race. However, as he had just taken office, he was rather timid. Have the tutors from the martial arts academy also entered Chongfeng City? Yes. Xie Qiufeng pondered for a moment. Then think about it. The martial arts academy has caused such a huge commotion. Aren't they afraid that our Fey God Temple will find out and wipe them out? Therefore, since they dare to enter, and with the tutors, the martial arts academy might be waiting for our 9th Fey God Temple to send us to our deaths. Chapter 1251. There was no other reason. He was just worried. Damn. After hundreds of years, he finally sat on the seat of the demon god. From now on, he could play with as many women as he wanted. He could do whatever he wanted. How comfortable was that? What if the 9th demon god's temple was heavily damaged if they sent troops to Chongfeng City? There were so many powerful demons in the demon race. If their 10,000 poison heavenly python clan was heavily damaged, there would be other powerful clans to replace them as the new master of the 9th demon god's temple. Their 10,000 poison heavenly python clan might have to live in some place. He did not want that. But the Myriad Demon Alliance requested us to take action. Because this is a rare opportunity. Xie Qiufeng thought for a moment and said, then send 3 great void stage cultivators. In addition, send 200 heavenly venerables and 1,000 domain realm demonic beasts. Remember, other than the great void stage cultivators, don't send our 10,000 poison heavenly python clan. Otherwise, our 10,000 poison heavenly python clan will be sent to our deaths. When our strength is weakened and we are of no value to the Myriad Demon Alliance, they can kick us out at any time. I understand. End. 200 heavenly venerables, 3 great void stage cultivators, and 1,000 domain realm cultivators will enter Chongfeng City. We should be able to answer to the Myriad Demon Alliance. Oh right, the Myriad Demon Alliance said that the main target is to kill someone called Lin Xian. Lin Xian? I know. On the other side, everyone had already entered Chongfeng City. Lin Xian and Murong Yu were together the entire time, killing non-stop. Time passed slowly. Soon, it was night time. Lin Xian sat in a corner and was talking to Ling Ying and the others. Murong Yu had just come over to check. Lin Xian turned off his phone and looked at Murong Yu. How far are you from becoming a heavenly venerate? Murong Yu said, kill 1 or 2 heavenly venerate demonic beasts, or maybe a few dozen domain realm demonic beasts. Heavenly venerate. Damn it. We have been here for so many hours, but we haven't seen a single heavenly venerate demonic beast. Lin Xian was in disbelief. This was Chongfeng City. Could it be that they were all taken care of by the instructors? That's impossible. They should be dealing with the great virtual realm, right? Moreover, the teacher was so young. How could he possibly solve it? Wait, I know a place. Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. Where? Lin Xian. At that time, the human race had a plan to clear out Chongfeng City, but it failed. That place was the main battlefield. That was also the place where Wang Xintong's brother died. At the same time, it was also the place where Ling Longyue attacked him for the first time. At that time, most of the demon beasts died there, and that place was filled with corpses. For many demon beasts, it was definitely a good place. Therefore, the rank of the demon beasts in that place shouldn't be too low. Go. Both of them had the space and time attributes, so they were more daring. Up ahead, there were many different kinds of demonic beasts wandering around. In the next moment, their gazes simultaneously turned to Lin Xian and Murong Yu. So, Lin Xian and Murong Yu directly rushed over. Lin Xian expressed his helplessness. He wanted to find a heavenly venerable to fight, but the highest he had encountered so far was the domain realm. There was no pressure at all. Nebula Fist. Lin Xian only released a yellow-grade martial technique and punched the demon beast in front of him. The sound of bones breaking could be heard. Then, the demon beast's body flew into the distance and directly smashed into a house. Sigh, it's not challenging at all. Lin Xian glanced at the demon beasts on the side of the street. Destruction Law. Boom, in the next instant, all the demon beasts exploded and shattered. Morongyu, she looked at Lin Xian. Destruction law? She looked at Lin Xian in shock. Morongyu. No, didn't he have the creation law? How could he have the destruction law? Could it be that he had two laws from the beginning? Morongyu's realm was not that of a heavenly venerable, so releasing the destruction law on these demon beasts consumed a lot of energy. But because she had advanced to a heavenly venerable, she could really kill those domain realm and so on with just a thought. You actually have two laws. That's why I'm stronger than you. Morongyu nodded. She admitted this point. Their aura and power attracted a lot of demon beasts. If it were others, they would be scared to death. But the two of them were really invincible when working together. You can boldly use the destruction law and directly kill these demon beasts. I will use the creation law to help you create new spirit energy. You don't have to worry about spirit energy consumption. The most important thing is to advance to the heavenly venerable realm first. Lin Xian. Thank you. Morongyu then closed her eyes. Roar, boom, a small netherworld flame lion spat out blue flames at Lin Xian, but Lin Xian reached out and blocked it. Damn it! The power of a heavenly venerable was really powerful. In all directions, there were probably close to 100 demon beasts. Some rushed over, while others watched vigilantly from afar. Release. Morongyu's beautiful eyes suddenly opened. Boom, in the next moment, all the demonic beasts within their line of sight, including those who were watching, fell down in unison. That was because their hearts had all been destroyed by Morongyu's law of destruction in an instant. This was the terrifying part of the destruction law. If you were talking about other powers, even if you couldn't beat it, you could try to block it, right? You could at least see the power released towards you, right? But the destruction law was just a thought. If I want you to lose an arm or a leg, you will lose an arm or a leg. If I want your heart to explode, I want your entire body to explode, then you won't be able to live. As long as your realm is lower than mine, you are definitely within the killing range of the destruction law. Morongyu knelt on the ground in the next instant, gasping for breath. Such a large release exhausted her spiritual power in an instant. Lin Xian then created a law to help her improve. Because Lin Xian was a 3-star heavenly venerable, his spiritual power was really, really thick. The main thing was that he hadn't met a more powerful heavenly venerable yet. In the next instant, a powerful force erupted from Morongyu's delicate body. She was advancing to a heavenly venerable. Finally, Lin Xian looked at her and smiled. She should have become a heavenly venerable long ago. If the current Morongyu was 10, then she would be 100 as a heavenly venerable. Or even more. While Morongyu was advancing in rank, Lin Xian's gaze was focused on his surroundings. Lin Xian suddenly felt that something was wrong, as if something was missing. There were many demon beast corpses here, and they had all been eaten. Although there was still a stench in the air, the remains and bones were left here. Lin Xian remembered that many people from the 3 major forces had died here, but where were their corpses? Not to mention corpses, where were the bones? Where were the bones left behind? Why was there not a single one? Chapter 1252. Lin Xian had been here before, so Lin Xian knew what the situation was like. But now, the human corpses were gone. Even if they were just bones, there should still be bones here. Could it be that some demonic beast was eating bones? Something was wrong, very wrong. Lin Xian then ran into the shop. Lin Xian still remembered the place where Lin Xian's brother died. After reaching there, Lin Xian's gaze fell on the spot. There were still dried bloodstains there, but the person was gone. Wait. Lin Xian suddenly saw something? He saw a very faint but obvious drag mark on the ground. This mark was as if someone had dragged his bloodied corpse out. The reason why there was no trace of it outside was because it had been covered and washed away by the wind and rain. With his suspicions in mind, Lin Xian went to the other houses to look for signs of being dragged. Sure enough, It seemed that some demonic beast had dragged all the human corpses away after the battle. Normally, no one would suspect anything. So what if they saw the drag marks on the ground? But Lin Xian just couldn't make head or tail of it. At this moment, Morong Yu walked over. "What's wrong?" Morong Yu asked curiously. Previously, this was the main battlefield of the battle between the human race and the demon race. Many people died here, but now the corpses are gone. There are drag marks here, so the demon race should have gathered the human corpses. But why? Lin Xian expressed his confusion. Did the demon race gather the corpses? Morong Yu pondered for a moment. Could it be that some demonic beast likes to collect human corpses and eat them? Lin Xian shook his head. "I don't know either. You're a heavenly venerable now, right?" Morong Yu nodded. "Being a heavenly venerable feels really good." "Does that mean that you'll be able to last longer?" Lin Xian smirked. "Last longer? What do you think?" Morong Yu. She understood. Bastard. This person was always spouting dirty words. Continue. "It is estimated that we will stay in Chongfeng City for more than 5 days." Morong Yu said. Their mission was not to kill a few beasts, but to reclaim Chongfeng City back to the human race's territory. Therefore, they needed to kill all the beasts they could see. It was normal that they couldn't kill all of them, but it wouldn't be a problem if the 3 major forces came in later. Therefore, they might have to stay here for a week or so. During this week, they would have to kill and kill. "Shall we continue?" Morong Yu asked. "All right." 1 day. 2 days passed just like that. Lin Xian also successfully advanced to the 4 stars of the Empyrean realm. Really? In his memories, Lin Xian had never experienced such a situation where he had to fight non-stop for several days straight. Phew. Rest. Rest. It was nighttime again. Lin Xian let out a long sigh of relief. Then, he released his water attribute power and took off his clothes in front of Morong Yu. Then, he dived into the water that was constantly gushing out to take a bath. Morong Yu looked at this scene with longing. Although Lin Xian's thing was disgusting, she wanted to take a bath. After fighting for 2 days, her body was soaked in sweat and blood. She felt that her clothes were smelly and uncomfortable. Now that Lin Xian actually had the water attribute, she couldn't bear to take a bath so comfortably. "I want to take a bath too." They were now in a well-decorated apartment, and no beasts had entered yet. There was only some dust. Of course, there was definitely no water coming out of the tap. Even if there was water in the water heater, after such a long time, the water inside would have probably become embroidery water. "Then come and take a bath. It's not like I don't want you to take a bath. You get up first," Morong Yu said. Lin Xian. "Oh, I won't get up today. Let's see if you want to take a bath or not," Lin Xian said with a smile. "You." Morong Yu gritted her teeth. After hesitating there for more than 10 minutes, Lin Xian refused to get up. "So comfortable. All the pores on my body are open. It's so good." Lin Xian sighed. Morong Yu gritted her teeth and took off her clothes. Anyway, they had been naked so many times. No, she had to take a bath. It was so uncomfortable. Usually, it was easy to find some rivers to take a bath outside, but it was rare. Because the battles outside were not as intense and frequent as here. Morong Yu entered that place. Lin Xian made a bubble on the top of his head and water kept flowing. Hee hee. In the next moment, Lin Xian hugged Morong Yu from behind. You. Come in." Then, Lin Xian slightly pushed his head against her. Morong Yu. 20 minutes later, Lin Xian washed up and changed into a new set of clothes. He looked at Morong Yu, who was leaning against the wall and panting. "You." Morong Yu pointed at Lin Xian. She was so angry that she could not speak. This person was the devil. "Damn. We've been killing monsters for 2 days. Can't we relax?" Lin Xian grinned. "Bastard." Morong Yu gritted her teeth. Then, she washed up and quickly put on a new set of clothes. Let's rest and continue fighting. Lin Xian stretched lazily, then lit a cigarette and sat there, puffing away at the smoke. Morong Yu let out a sigh. Little you, just agree to be my girlfriend. Morong Yu glanced at Lin Xian. You already have a girlfriend, she said indifferently. Then we'll be boyfriend and girlfriend like this every day. Are you used to it? I won't in the future. Don't even think about it. Lin Xian smirked and walked in front of Morong Yu. Morong Yu frowned. That won't do. Either you'll be my girlfriend for the rest of your life and not be my girlfriend, or you'll be my girlfriend for the rest of your life. It's your choice. You. How could he be so shameless? Aya, don't be so rigid. Lin Xian pinched her beautiful face. Morong Yu turned her face to the side. Let's not talk about this anymore. She was really conflicted. If you don't agree, then I'll have to do it again. Lin Xian took off his jacket. You. Morong Yu quickly retreated. He. Still want to run? Time stop. Because Lin Xian's realm was higher than Morong Yu's, no matter how powerful Morong Yu was, she would still be controlled by him. Then Lin Xian hugged her. Time stop ended. Morong Yu was about to go crazy. A despicable person is invincible. Suddenly, she frowned. Look outside. Lin Xian looked outside. On the street outside, people were rushing in all directions. They weren't members of the martial arts academy, and they couldn't be from a third party. What was the most important thing? They were wearing the clothes of the three major forces? Although some weren't, most of them were from the three major forces. The three major forces? Morong Yu shook her head. No, they're not human. Morong Yu's eyes flashed with blue light. Chapter 1253. Thousand Ice Eyes was a special kind of pupil. Other than creating wind and snow, it could also see things that normal people couldn't. What's that? Lin Xian couldn't see anything out of the ordinary from where he was standing. He only felt that their movements were very strange. It was obvious that they were a third party. However, Lin Xian didn't know if they were a third party because they were orderly. They walked to a certain position and then rushed in all directions. It was as if a third party had received some kind of mission and started to spread out. They weren't normal martial arts academy students. Some of the movements they showed, and the image they showed. Morong Yu frowned and said, I'm not sure, but they seem to be different. We'll know once we catch one of them. Lin Xian rubbed against her butt. Morong Yu. Then, will you be my girlfriend? Idiot. Morong Yu couldn't take it anymore and scolded Lin Xian. Then, she disappeared on the spot with her space attribute. Lin Xian. Damn it. Lin Xian was just curious. He didn't know what Morong Yu's reward for a successful confession would be. Who knew what the reward would be? However, there were more important things to do now. Lin Xian also disappeared on the spot with his space attribute. Spirit King, we've sent out all our subordinates. There are a total of 18,000 people. They will deal a fatal blow to those humans. A woman knelt in front of a man. We can't deal a fatal blow. Those are human martial arts academy members. Now, the weakest among them is at the domain realm. Tens of thousands of domain realm cultivators. Damn it! The man's eyes were vicious. He was one of the three kings of Longwind City, which meant that he was the monster king of the three forces that controlled Longwind City. Naturally, he was in the great virtual realm. Because of his clan's special ability, he was able to occupy a territory in Longwind City. In addition to them, there were still two big Goblin clan forces in Chongfeng City. Almost 1/3 of Chongfeng City, and then there were some scattered Goblin beasts. They were organized, so they didn't suffer any losses. Therefore, the Martial Arts Academy basically killed the scattered Goblin beasts, but there were also some powerful ones. And they lived in Chongfeng City, so how could they just give up Chongfeng City? They didn't belong to the Demon God Temple. It was just their own race that occupied this place. Have the other two forces made a move? Reporting to your majesty, they have taken action. It's hard to say to what extent I can do, but the people from the Martial Arts Academy are not bad. I just hope that I can scare them away and drive them out of Chongfeng City. Even if the people from the Martial Arts Academy aren't ordinary, I will still make them tremble. On the other side, Lin Xian and Murong, you caught a person, then, time stop. Murong Yu released the time attribute and rushed over with Lin Xian. They tied the person up and threw him aside. Let me go. That person then kept struggling. This was very obvious. At least now, he was showing a very ordinary human, and he was wearing the clothes of the three major forces. He gave people the feeling that he was from the three major forces. But something was very wrong. The three major forces didn't make a move. Who are you? Lin Xian asked. My name is Wang Ping. I'm from the Holy Palace of the three major forces. Qi. In the next instant, Murong Yu's sword slit his throat. Damn. You killed little Yu just like that? Aren't you afraid of killing the wrong person? Lin Xian opened his mouth. In the next moment, to Lin Xian's disbelief, the place where his throat was cut actually recovered quickly, and then he raised his head again. No. Murong Yu's aura surged and directly froze him, and then his body turned into nothingness. At this time, a blue soul-like creature flew out, and was then nailed to the wall by Murong Yu's sword and disappeared. What is this thing? Lin Xian expressed that he had never seen this thing before. It seemed to be a soul, but something was wrong. Spirit's addiction. Murong Yu looked at Lin Xian and said, What? Lin Xian really didn't understand. He had never heard of it before. Murong Yu said, I've seen it in ancient books before. It's a creature that has existed on the continent for a very long time. It belongs to the demon race, but it doesn't belong to the spirit race, because the spirit's addiction is a soul-like creature, but it has a physical body. Lin Xian, Murong Yu then said, the most powerful thing about the spirit's addiction is that it can take over the corpses of humans, demons, and even dragons. And then you will inherit their memories from when they were alive, and even their cultivation, including their martial skills and so on. That's why you saw that person just now. What he said was true. He is Wang Ping, and he is a member of the temple. But that's what the lust of the spirits said after searching his memories from when he was alive. Lin Xian. Isn't that 2F** king exaggerated? Murong Yu nodded. It is exaggerated. As long as it can find a powerful corpse, it can become a powerful existence. It's a very special and powerful creature. It can even quickly repair the corpses of the dead. You saw it just now, its recovery speed is very fast. Lin Xian frowned. So as long as it takes over a person's corpse, it can obtain that person's memories. Sometimes you can't even see it, and it can even live in the human world like a person? Murong Yu nodded. Yes. Hiss. Lin Xian sucked in a breath of cold air. F***ck. What kind of monsters are these? So, Murong Yu said, that's why they're already dead. It's just that their souls have been taken over by someone else. However, they're still dead. Normally, you wouldn't be able to see any clues, but if you test them, their bodies will still be ice cold. So they can't live in the human world. Murong Yu shook her head. Because they need a stronger corpse. The stronger the corpse is when it was alive, the stronger they will be. So generally speaking, they will only appear in more chaotic places where there are frequent battles. In that case, once they find a corpse stronger than the one they're possessing, they will abandon the one they're possessing and take over another stronger one. Lin Xian. What's their weakness? Murong Yu said, they have a weakness too. If they use absolute strength to directly destroy the body, then the lust of the Yin spirit will escape. At this time, the lust of the Yin spirit will have almost no room to resist, so it can only be destroyed at this time. If it's just a simple injury to the corpse, or even a broken heart, it can be recovered because it's a corpse to begin with. It can't feel pain. If it's possessed by a powerful character, it'll be very troublesome. Chapter 1254. Lin Xian felt like he was going to faint. There were all kinds of strange things in this world. There were all kinds of fancy things. Damn! Those people just now should be the dead soldiers of the three major forces. They're all moving together. Morongyu then said, because of these abilities of the lust of the spirits, they don't die easily and become stronger easily. That's why it's easier for the lust of the spirits to become a territory. For example, one of the leaders of Chongfeng City. They're moving together, so they're probably attacking our martial arts academy. But they're only possessing ordinary soldiers, and they're not that strong. Why would they want to possess people? Morongyu said, there are only a few powerful ones who can possess people, and the human form is the most perfect form of all things. Otherwise, why would those monsters transform into human forms? They might not be able to win in a fight, but if they use their human form to attack the martial arts academy students, it's very possible. Damn! I'll quickly tell little Ying and the others. Then Lin Xian sent them a message in the group chat on his phone. Light sun spot. Somewhere in the night, a very powerful light attribute power flashed. Then, many monsters in the surroundings were instantly illuminated by the powerful light attribute power. Their bodies melted, and they all fell down. Wang Xintong let out a long sigh of relief, then wiped the sweat from her forehead. Soon, I'll be able to advance to the Sky Venerable Realm. Then, she took out a bottle of water from her space ring and drank a few mouthfuls. Whoosh, in the shadows not far away, a figure passed by. Wang Xintong frowned and looked over. Then, the power of light gathered in the sword in her right hand. Boom, in the next moment, she slashed with her sword. A figure flew out. Wang Xintong frowned. Xintong, it's me. The figure stood up and looked at Wang Xintong. Thud, the sword in Wang Xintong's hand fell to the ground. She looked at the person in front of her in disbelief. Bro. Her body trembled and her eyes turned red. Brother. At this time, this girl did not consider any reason at all, because her brother was standing right in front of her. Wang Xintong then ran over crying and threw herself into his arms. Big brother. Wang Xintong burst into tears. Xian Tong. Big brother is not dead. Big brother has always been here. But Lin Xian said he saw you die with his own eyes. Wang Xintong's eyes reddened. He killed me. He thought he had killed me. Wang Xintong hugged him in disbelief. Xian Tong, that Lin Xian is the worst. Wang Xintong looked up at the familiar face in his arms. She didn't say anything. She just hugged him and buried her head in his chest. He was the one who wanted to kill Big Brother. Do you know him? Can you help me get close to him and kill him? Wang Xintong hugged him and didn't say anything. She seemed to miss the feeling of this moment. Why aren't you saying anything? Big brother. Wang Xintong said softly. Perhaps the old Wang Xintong would believe this. But now, I am no longer the old Wang Xintong. Whoosh! The sword flew over and pierced through his back. At the same time, Wang Xintong pulled away. She wiped her tears. She hugged this person because he was her brother. She missed the moment when she saw him. She wanted to feel the feeling of being in her brother's arms. But she wasn't stupid. Lin Xian was a bad person? Lin Xian killed her brother? She would rather die than believe it. Also, his body was ice cold. Wang Xintong reached out and clenched her fist. Thank you for letting me see Big Brother again. But you are not Big Brother. In the next moment, the sword exploded with golden light. Ah! That person let out a shrill scream. Then, his body was burned and a blue figure flew out. Flare! Wang Xintong raised her hand. Boom! A force blasted out and killed him. After doing all this, Wang Xintong knelt there in tears. Big brother. Wang Xintong's body trembled. He wasn't her brother, but his physical body was her brother. Her brother was already dead, and she had attacked her own brother. The feeling in her heart was indescribable. Wang Xintong wiped her tears and stubbornly stood up. Whoosh whoosh, at this time, two figures landed beside Wang Xintong. They were Lin Xian and Murong Yu. Xintong. Lin Xian saw Wang Xintong kneeling there and hurriedly called out. Wang Xintong wiped her tears and stood up, looking at Lin Xian. I'm fine. She shook her head gently. Lin Xian looked at the corpse in front of him that had turned into white bones and guessed what had happened. Scared the hell out of me. I knew he would come for you. Lin Xian hurriedly hugged the crying girl. She wasn't a strong girl. She had been trying to make herself stronger. Lin Xian. Wang Xintong wailed in Lin Xian's arms. Murong Yu looked at this scene and sighed softly in her heart. It's okay. As long as you're fine. Lin Xian patted her back gently. I saw Big Brother. Wang Xintong said, I know. He's not Big Brother. He is your brother too, Lin Xian said. Xintong knows. Lin Xian patted her shoulder. This girl had grown up so much more than he had imagined. At that time, Lin Xian suddenly realized that something was wrong. Wang Xintong didn't reply. Although there were a few girls who didn't reply, Lin Xian was most worried about Wang Xintong. Lin Xian knew that Wang Xintong's brother's corpse was here. He also knew that the spirit's lust would obtain memories. Under normal circumstances, the spirit's lust that had devoured Wang Xintong's brother would try to find Wang Xintong. Therefore, Lin Xian was worried that this girl might have been ambushed after seeing her brother. He was thinking too much. Wang Xintong's growth had exceeded Lin Xian's expectations. Lin Xian, I want to bury Big Brother here. Wang Xintong looked at Lin Xian with red eyes. I'll go with you. Then, they found a place and placed her brother's bones inside. After that, Lin Xian and Murong Yu stood in the distance. Wang Xintong stood there with red eyes and said her last words to her brother. Actually, Wang Xintong was very happy. She didn't expect to see her brother again, even if that soul wasn't her brother. How good would it be if there were no more wars in this world one day? Lin Xian let out a long sigh. Murong Yu shook her head. That's impossible. Maybe there will be no more wars between humans and monsters one day. Maybe there will be internal strife among humans. Peace is only temporary. Ambition is everlasting. There will always be humans and monsters with huge ambitions. Chapter 1255. After that, Lin Xian, Murong Yu, and Wang Xintong gathered together. Lin Xian, what are those things? Wang Xintong also recovered from some of her emotions. In fact, Wang Xintong was also very grateful for those things. Because of them, she was able to see her brother again and even talk to him. It could be said that her wish had been fulfilled. Lin Xian said, it's a kind of creature that can enter the body of a dead person or monster, and then take over the body. Wang Xintong's little mouth opened slightly. Then, the people we met. Are they people from the martial arts academy or people who are possessed by the spirit of the devourer? After all, there were 20,000 people in the martial arts academy. They didn't know everyone. Lin Xian nodded. Yes. If they were smart, they would change their clothes. Otherwise, it would be easy to recognize them. It's fine if they're from the three major forces, and... Lin Xian looked at the people in front of him and opened his eye of spiritual insight. Moreover, he had the ability to detect the spirit of the devourer. The three people in front are all spirit of the devourer. Lin Xian said. Whoosh, Murong Yu and Wang Xintong took out their spiritual weapons at the same time, and then the two of them directly rushed over. Of course, they didn't doubt Lin Xian's words. There was no need to ask for the reason. If Lin Xian said they were spirit of the devourer, then they were. The spirit of the devourer wasn't very strong, because it was really difficult for them to possess a strong human body. Murong Yu and Wang Xintong attacked together. They could easily destroy the body and then destroy the spirit of the devourer. How many are there? Wang Xintong asked. Lin Xian shook his head. I don't know, but Morong Yu and I saw hundreds of Spirit of the Devourer moving together. Including the ones we didn't see, there should be at least a few thousand. I don't know if there are any martial arts academy people who are affected. Morong Yu said, let's see if we can find the Spirit of the Devourer's headquarters. Lin Xian, why don't we catch a Spirit of the Devourer and ask? Morong Yu nodded. Let's try. Let's go. 10 minutes later, Wang Xintong's explosion of holy light surrounded a member of the three major forces who was possessed by the Spirit of the Devourer. Don't kill me, don't kill me. The Spirit of the Devourer was quite a human being possessed, was frantically begging him. Your headquarters, which is also your boss, is there. You. And ants to the Xintong twos, the S2s. This was the power of the Spirit of the Devourer. Moreover, he couldn't feel any pain at all. He didn't even scream when the sword slashed down. This was normal because this was a corpse, and it wasn't even his body. How could he feel pain? Over there. That person then pointed at a place while trembling in fear. Why did he have to point? F*CK, otherwise, would he be dead? Moreover, Boss was there. Boss would definitely be able to destroy them. Lin Xian and the others looked over. Got it. Then, the three of them got up and walked in that direction. The Spirit of the Devourer heaved a sigh of relief and suddenly exploded with holy light. Ah! With a scream, the Spirit of the Devourer was destroyed. Wang Xintong's holy light was indeed very powerful now. Moreover, holy light seemed to be able to restrain this kind of evil creature. Half an hour later, they arrived at a location. This is the Heptagon building. Lin Xian looked at the building and raised his eyebrows. This was a very large office building with more than 30 floors. It was possible that this place was occupied. Lin Xian. A voice came from the side. Then, Ling Ying waved and ran over. It was night time now. It was Ling Ying's time to shine. However, her dark attribute was already maxed out. There was not much difference between day and night. However, night was definitely better. Why are you here too? Lin Xian asked. Yes. Ling Ying pointed at the Heptagon building. You, Ling Ying said, didn't you say there was a Spirit of the Devourer? I made one and forced them to tell me their location. Then, I came over. Then, you came here alone? Cough cough. It's okay. I have the dark attribute. If there's any danger, I can just run away. Lin Xian rolled his eyes. Alright, let's go. You and Xintong are probably about to become heavenly venerables, right? They nodded. We're still a little short. Let's see if this Heptagon building can give us any surprises. Then, they walked over. No one had been here before because there were no traces of battles or corpses of monsters around. However, there were very few monsters here. Why were there so few? Because this was the territory of the Spirit of the Devourer. The territorial consciousness of monsters was still very strong. Moreover, the Spirit of the Devourer was one of the three clans that ruled Chongfeng City. There were definitely not many monsters around. As for why they only encountered weak monsters, that was purely a matter of luck. In this kind of place, there would definitely be Domain Realm and Law Realm monsters possessed by the Spirit of the Devourer. However, it was a little difficult for Heavenly Venerables because it was very difficult for Heavenly Venerables to die. However, the Spirit of the Devourer could be cultivated. Entering corpses many times could improve their abilities. For example, this Spirit of the Devourer was only at the Law Realm, and that corpse was only at the Law Realm. After entering, it would be at the Domain Realm when it woke up. It had to be said that it was quite powerful. However, thinking about it, it was actually quite low level. It looked very strong, but it didn't even have a living body of its own. Wasn't that low level? Roar. At the door, two huge monsters stopped there. Iron-armored rhinoceros, dark demon scorpion, are they possessed? Ling Ying asked. Lin Xian nodded. And yes. Domain Realm 5 stars and above. Tisk, that's it. A dagger appeared in Ling Ying's hand. Leave it to me. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. In the next instant, her figure flickered like a ghost. Countless attacks landed on the two monsters in a second. Then, she stopped in front of Lin Xian and played with the dagger in her hand. Daggers were indeed very suitable for dark attribute martial artists because they were the sharpest and dark attribute martial artists were the sharpest. However, Ling Ying also used a sword. It depended on the situation. Plop, then, before the two monsters could fight back, they fell to the ground and were cut into countless pieces. Then, two blue spirit of the devourer appeared. Whoosh whoosh. The two daggers flew over and nailed them to the wall. After struggling for a few times, they turned into nothingness and died completely. Amazing. Lin Xian said with a smile. I feel that you're going against your will. Ling Ying couldn't help but kick Lin Xian's calf. Let's go in and see how powerful this spirit of the devourer is. After saying that, Lin Xian walked in. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Before they entered the door, hundreds of figures rushed out. At the same time, many figures climbed out from dozens of floors of the building and quickly approached them on the walls. Chapter 1256. Everyone began to fight. On the top floor, the man looked at the battle below with his hands behind his back. Two heavenly venerables with only 2 domains dare to come here? The man snorted coldly. Why don't I go down and finish them off? Okay. Go. Yes. Then, the woman's figure flashed and rushed down. Lin Xian looked up and frowned. The aura of a heavenly venerable. Destruction law. Boom. Then the woman's figure rushed into the air. Before she could do anything, her body exploded in midair. The man. What the hell? Damn it. 3-star heavenly venerable, but Lin Xian was a 4-star heavenly venerable, and this was not even her physical body. Do you think Lin Xian's destruction law could kill her directly? Of course, the destruction law was not that perverted. For example, Murong Yu was a 3-star heavenly venerable, and Lin Xian was a 4-star heavenly venerable. Lin Xian might not be able to kill Murong Yu even if he released the destruction law at full force. Anyway, it depended on the gap between the two sides. The bigger the gap, the easier it was to die. It was just that the woman was too trashy. Even her physical body was not hers. Lin Xian could, of course, destroy her directly. Little Ling Ying, kill her. Are you sure? Ling Ying hesitated for a moment. Don't worry, just focus on advancing. Leave the rest to us. Okay. Whoosh, Ling Ying's figure appeared in front of the lust of the spirits as though he had teleported. A black light flashed and killed it instantly. Then, Ling Ying landed on the ground. Myriad flower lotus explosion. Whoosh, countless daggers flew out and instantly cleared a large area around them. I'm advancing. Ling Ying shouted to Lin Xian. Okay. Then, Ling Ying sat down on the spot. He had absolute trust in Lin Xian and the rest and began to advance to the heavenly venerable realm. Damn it! The man was dumbfounded. What would happen if his Empyrean realm subordinates rushed down to the ground? No, the strongest below was only a 4 stars heavenly venerable. She was a 3 stars heavenly venerable. How could... Ling Ying needed about a minute to advance. Lin Xian looked up and saw the figure at the top. Little Yu, little Xian Tong, I'll leave the rest to you. I'm going up. All right. Because Murong Yu was there, her ability was indeed very scary, so Lin Xian was very relieved. Releasing the power of space, Lin Xian arrived behind that person. What are you looking at? Lin Xian replied. Then, he used his cave spirit eye to take a look. What the heck? Unable to detect anything? Looks like this is the most awesome one. A mere Empyrean dares to be so impudent. The man stared coldly at Lin Xian. Lin Xian, a mere Empyrean? In other words, this person was a higher void? Lin Xian was stunned. But he could try. Although the difference in realm was huge, And at this realm, the difference of 1 star was not the same as 1 star of the domain realm. If this person was 1 or 2 stars of the higher void realm, it should not be a problem. Because of what? Because this was not himself. Possessing someone else's body, his strength was definitely not what it looked like on the surface. It looked like the higher void realm, but his true strength might be that of an Empyrean. However, this race was troublesome because of their recovery ability. Did Lin Xian have the ability to kill him in an instant? And there was another reason why Lin Xian was so confident. Shua, Lin Xian stretched out his hand, and myriad evils turned into the sacred sword. That's right. It was this sacred sword. A sacred weapon. Lin Xian might not be able to unleash much of its power as a domain realm cultivator, but he was a 4 stars heavenly venerable. Lin Xian might not be able to completely control all of the sword's power, but he should be close. After all, he was an Empyrean. He should be able to control all of its power as a higher void realm cultivator. But now, it was enough. This sword had at least doubled Lin Xian's battle prowess. Or even more. Otherwise, was it a sacred weapon? Was it a supreme weapon? When the man saw the golden spirit weapon in Lin Xian's hand, his pupils shrank. There was a sudden sense of fear. But he was a higher void realm cultivator. You're courting death. Lightning fist. He roared angrily. Lightning wrapped around his body and suddenly blasted toward Lin Xian. Lightning. Lin Xian's lips curled up. Then he released his spatial power and opened up a distance, standing in the void far away. The power of a higher void realm cultivator and Empyrean was really strong. Ling Ying was still advancing below, so Lin Xian did not dare to fight on this building. Run! The man roared and pointed to the sky. Lightning come. Rumble. Then, above the void, there was a phenomenon of heaven and earth. A cloud of thunder wrapped around. Boom, then, a bolt of lightning struck Lin Xian. Whoosh, Lin Xian's figure disappeared again. Boom, below, a huge crater with a radius of 100 meters was formed. Lin Xian. Was this the F*King Great Virtual Realm? Anyway, Lin Xian had seen many higher void realm cultivators, but to be honest, he had only seen a few higher void realm cultivators in action. In fact, Lin Xian had only seen a few Empyreans in action. But now that he saw it, it seemed quite powerful. But Lin Xian felt that this idiot was strong on the outside but weak on the inside. Although he was very strong and Lin Xian did not dare to block, Lin Xian felt that he was very weak. That was indeed the case. This was a higher void realm 1-star cultivator, but because he was possessing a corpse, his actual attributes were not really at the higher void realm. Go to hell, kid. The man roared and rushed toward Lin Xian. Test my strength. In fact, Lin Xian did not dare to try, but he really wanted to try. Come on. Realm Reduction Domain. In the next instant, Lin Xian released his domain for the first time. Because Lin Xian was already a 4-star Empyrean, this domain could ignore the realm and forcefully reduce the opponent's realm by 3 stars. What? That person could not believe that his strength had suddenly weakened. Lin Xian sighed inwardly. This domain was really much stronger than he had imagined. There was just one thing, and that was that it consumed too much spiritual energy. Come on. Double the strength, God tier martial technique, myriad lightning heavenly prison, creation law. Boom, then, the two people's strength collided. Boom, that person's figure was directly destroyed in the lightning, and the Een soul's lust that came out was also destroyed. There was no other way. Think about it, Lin Xian was at the 4 stars of the Celestial Venerable Realm, and that person was reduced to the 7 stars of the Celestial Venerable Realm. Then, Lin Xian's 4 stars of the Celestial Venerable Realm power attribute exchange doubled. How terrifying was this? This was almost the power of a 7-star, right? In addition to the God tier martial technique, creation law, and increasing the strength. Could it be insta-killed? Of course it could. The pitiful person did not even have a God tier martial technique, so how was he going to fight Lin Xian? Lin Xian did not want to drag it out because he felt that there was no need to drag it out, and it was also meaningless. Instead, it would be very dangerous. Following that, Lin Xian's aura rose. 5-star Empyrean Realm. Chapter 1257. After all, this was the Great Void Stage. Lin Xian had killed a Great Void Stage expert and had accumulated so much experience previously. It was reasonable for him to advance to a 5-star Heavenly Venerable. Whoosh! Lin Xian rushed down. Destruction Law. Boom boom boom, all the creatures within sight were instantly killed. Morongyu looked at Lin Xian. You advanced again? Lin Xian nodded. Yes, I killed a Great Void Stage expert. Morongyu. She was stunned. It's very trashy. Morongyu did not know what to say. A 4-star Heavenly Venerable killed a Great Void Stage expert and then said it was very trashy? Sorry to disturb. Wang Xintong also advanced there. They had been stuck at the 10-star domain realm for a long time. It was normal for them to advance. Domain. Morongyu asked Lin Xian. Lin Xian nodded. Yes, domain. She knew that Lin Xian's laws were creation and destruction. The creation law could increase one's power, but it was not to the extent that Lin Xian could kill a Great Void Stage expert in such a short time. The only possibility was... Lin Xian still had a very powerful domain. Ling Ying stood up. I'm a Heavenly Venerable now. Her beautiful eyes shone brightly. The difference between a Heavenly Venerable and a domain shocked her. Congratulations, Lin Xian said with a smile. Wang Xintong also stood up with a look of disbelief. I'm also a Heavenly Venerable now. Then shouldn't we go and have a good meal? Lin Xian said with a smile. Yes, Wang Xintong was probably the one who felt like it was a lifetime ago. Her talent was not very high. Although she was in the intermediate class in Tianhua Academy, she never thought that she would advance to the Heavenly Venerable Realm in such a short time. The Heavenly Venerable Realm was almost equivalent to standing at the peak of the continent. Moreover, their age was right there. Other than the people from the Martial Arts Academy, how many people could become Celestial Masters in their 20s? Take a rest. This area should have been cleared out. Lin Xian said. All right. Lin Xian also needed to rest, because he had just used up a lot of his spiritual energy. In this kind of place, it was best to maintain a relatively perfect state to fight, otherwise it would be too dangerous. And at this moment, one power after another silently poured into Chongfeng City. That's right, the reinforcements sent by the 9th Fei God Temple had finally arrived. Their most direct target was Lin Xian. This was because even though Lin Xian wasn't a very important enemy to the demon race, he was still more important to the demon race compared to the nameless people here. The 4 of them found a relatively quiet and clean place to sit down. Lin Xian took out some delicious food and then ate. Although they didn't need to eat much after reaching the Heavenly Venerable Realm, it had to be said that although they wouldn't be hungry, they would be tired after fighting non-stop. Food could still replenish their physical strength. I heard that there are 3 forces in Chongfeng City. One of them seems to be the one we destroyed. After all, there's a great virtual realm cultivator, so it should be true. There are 2 more, should we go? Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian and asked. Lin Xian, I don't even know where they are, and what race are they? Ling Ying said, one of the branches of the Netherworld Flaming Lion clan is also here. Netherworld Flaming Lion. Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. This Netherworld Flaming Lion was much more powerful. Let's go take a look later. Okay. At this moment, boom, a terrifying force bombarded over. In the next moment, the place they were at was directly destroyed and burned with flames. Fortunately, Lin Xian reacted quickly and brought them away with the space attribute. F***CK. Lin Xian looked at the person in front of him. A monster beast that transformed into a human was basically a Heavenly Venerable. This was because only those with very high bloodline could transform into a human form, and basically, they would retain some characteristics of a monster beast even after transforming into a human form. This was a woman. Finally found it. The The woman licked her scarlet lips and looked at Lin Xian. Her eyes were filled with greed as if she wanted to swallow Lin Xian whole. Lin Xian glanced at her. F***CK. 3-star Heavenly Venerable Realm? No, 3-star Heavenly Venerable Realm. Why the F***CK are you pretending to be a tyrant? Lin Xian said. And boom. In the next moment, one of her arms exploded. Ah! A scream spread far and wide. Boom. Another arm exploded. Lin Xian scratched his head. F***CK. When he came over, he felt that she was a king and thought that she was very awesome. Then, he took a look and found her to be a 3-star Heavenly Venerable. What kind of trash are you? Then, Lin Xian disappeared from the spot and appeared behind her, killing her instantly with a sword. That's it? And that's it? Lin Xian looked at the woman who had turned into a corpse with a heartless expression. That's it? However, Lin Xian was really amazed by how terrifying the laws were. This law was the same as the creation law. One might not feel much when one's realm was low, but once one's realm was high, one would realize. F***CK. So invincible. That's right. Lin Xian killed a 3-star Heavenly Venerable Realm monster venerable without much effort. F***CK. What ability is this? Ling Ying walked over and looked at Lin Xian in shock. Lin Xian smiled and said, "Call me daddy and I'll tell you." Scram. Ling Ying rolled his eyes. But did you hear what she said just now? Morong Yu walked over with a frown. And Wang Xintong said, she said, she finally found. Who is she looking for? Lin Xian frowned and tried to recall. This woman was looking for them, which meant that she was looking for one of the 4 of them. Who was the most likely? F***CK. It must be him. It can't be, right? She can't be someone from the Monster God Temple, right? Lin Xian said in shock. The Monster God Temple definitely hated him. The Monster God Temple? What should we do? Morong Yu frowned. I don't know who they are, but we can't run away. Lin Xian rubbed his chin. Whoosh! At this moment, figures appeared around them one by one. The 4 of them quickly became vigilant. They gripped their spirit artifacts tightly and stared at them. Heavenly Venerables, Heavenly Venerables, Heavenly Venerables. There were a total of 25 people, and all of them were Heavenly Venerables. The lowest was a 1-star Heavenly Venerable, but the highest was a 10-star Heavenly Venerable. The 4 of them were surrounded by more than 20 Heavenly Venerables. Ha! Lin Xian snorted. Looks like they came prepared. Lin Xian glanced coldly in front of him. Sister. A man saw the woman's corpse on the ground and stared at Lin Xian viciously. I want you dead. Og. In the next instant, he roared and turned into a fiery red lion. Lin Xian. This was troublesome. Chapter 1258. The 4 of them clenched their weapons tightly. To be honest, whether it was Morong Yu, Ling Ying, Lin Xian, or Wang Xintong, none of them had encountered such a situation before. They were surrounded by 25 Heavenly Venerables. Lin Xian clenched his fists. Roar! The fiery red lion roared and pounced toward Lin Xian. Lin Xian checked and found that this bee was a 5-star Heavenly Venerable, the same as him. Looks like I have to take a gamble. Lin Xian's aura surged. Realm Reduction Domain. In the next instant, Lin Xian released his own domain. Everyone, except for his allies, had their realms reduced by 3 stars. Some even fell from the Heavenly Venerable Realm to the Domain Realm. Destruction Law. In the next instant, Lin Xian released the Destruction Law at his limit. Puff. Boom. A total of 10 figures, including the fiery red lion, were all killed instantly. Ling Ying and Wang Xintong were shocked. Lin Xian staggered backward. What? What kind of power is this? The others were shocked. Ling Ying hurriedly supported Lin Xian. Lin Xian hurriedly swallowed a pill. Quick! Go! Go! Lin Xian's move had displayed an extremely terrifying and unimaginable power, instantly killing 10 of the 25 heavenly venerables. The fiery red lion that had charged over was also killed, but they still didn't have any chance of victory in this situation. However, it had to be said that the destruction law was unimaginably terrifying. This was not a kind of power that was released. In front of the destruction law, you were like data that had no time to react. Then, this data was wiped out. This was the most terrifying part of the destruction law. Lin Xian also realized that the destruction law had a miraculous effect when combined with his realm reduction domain. Morong Yu released her space attribute, and the 4 of them disappeared. Why didn't Lin Xian release his space attribute but instinctively used the destruction law? Lin Xian felt that they were coming for him. They must know that he had the space attribute, so there must be a space attribute demon beast among them that could stop them. Yes, there was. Then, the demon beast released its space attribute to pull them back, but found that WDNMD. His realm did not suppress them. He could not do it. It was mainly because he was still in the domain of realm reduction just now. Otherwise, he could have given it a try. However, he released it too quickly. If he had been a little slower, he wouldn't have been able to lock onto their position. Therefore, it was Lin Xian who saved everyone's lives. Actually, there was another great heavenly venerable realm space attribute. F*CK. They don't have any space attribute experts? Lin Xian asked in confusion. The few of them appeared in an abandoned apartment. Morong Yu looked at Lin Xian. Don't forget, they don't have any great heavenly venerables. Lin Xian. I forgot. I'm used to it. Lin Xian rubbed his forehead helplessly. He was really used to being targeted by such experts, and then being imprisoned by a space attribute expert. But now that he thought about it, they were heavenly venerables. They were not the domain realm from before. They're here for you. Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian and said. Lin Xian nodded. Maybe, damn. Dozens of heavenly venerables. They probably didn't expect me to advance to the 5-star heavenly venerable realm in such a short time. What kind of power did you use just now? How did you instantly kill 10 heavenly venerables? Ling Ying asked in shock. Call me daddy and I'll tell you. Ling Ying rolled his eyes. Law, Lin Xian said. Ling Ying. Wasn't this 2F** King scary? But now that we've been targeted, they definitely won't just send out heavenly venerables. There must be great heavenly venerables. Moreover, if such experts hide and look for us, we can't do anything. Morong Yu said with a frown. Actually, as long as we don't encounter great heavenly venerables, everything is fine. Lin Xian said. After all, he had killed great heavenly venerables before. Morong Yu was also very smart. She knew that Lin Xian's power just now had definitely emptied his spiritual power. If they didn't choose to escape, Lin Xian would have no combat power, and they would be in danger. Lin Xian sat there and recovered his spiritual power. Ling Ying said, Actually, I can find them. Huh? Ling Ying then took out his phone. When I slipped away just now, I left a detector on one of them. Then he looked at the phone. The red dot on the phone was that person. Lin Xian opened his eyes, and there was a flash of ruthlessness in his eyes. Since they're looking for us, we'll take the initiative to kill them. They looked at Lin Xian. So crazy? My domain can restrict their cultivation level to 3 stars. There are still 15 of them left. Under my domain, it's not impossible to fight. And everyone has the ability to fight beyond their cultivation level. Are you serious? Lin Xian gritted his teeth. Damn it, the demon god temple came looking for me as soon as I came out. This time, I'll make sure they don't leave. Little Ling Ying, contact the others and see if they're heavenly venerables. Ling Ying nodded. Lin Xian continued to recover his spiritual power. Morong Yu glanced at Lin Xian. To be honest, this Lin Xian was the craziest person she had ever seen. There were 4 of them. 3 of them were 1-star heavenly venerables, and 1 was 5-star heavenly venerables. Even if some of them had advanced to Heavenly Venerables, they would only be 1-star Heavenly Venerables. A few 1-star Heavenly Venerables against a dozen Demon Venerables who were at least 4-star Heavenly Venerables. Anyone who heard this news would go crazy. But she was very excited, because she wanted to do the same. It was just that she didn't dare to say it out loud. Yes, they all had the ability to fight beyond their cultivation level. This was the most important thing. Moreover, they didn't need to kill them. They could just wait for Lin Xian to kill them. They just needed to delay him. When the time comes, all of you will be around me. I have a domain around me that can reduce the opponent's cultivation level by 3 stars. Actually, Wang Xintong whispered. Ha! Then, Wang Xintong said, my domain can raise everyone's cultivation level by 2 stars. Lin Xian. Wow! Sis, you should have said so earlier. Lin Xian revealed a look of pleasant surprise. That means it can only be raised at the Heavenly Venerables realm. I reckon that when we reach the Great Void realm or the Heavenly Tao realm, it can only be raised by 1 star. That's still a very powerful domain. If I lower it by 3 stars and you raise it by 2 stars, that's a 5-star gap. What's there to be afraid of? Once my spiritual power recovers, I'll make them die. Lin Xian clenched his fists. F***K Grass Tower. Then, Ling Ying said, Xinyue is rushing over. Yuhan is also rushing over. Chapter 1259. Ling Ying's meaning was clear. Xiao Xinyue and Wu Yuhan had both become Heavenly Venerables. Then, our storm team will make the Demon God Temple feel despair. Lin Xian sneered. After that, Xiao Xinyue and Wu Yuhan came over one after another. Han Chuxue also came over. After chatting for a while, they more or less knew what to do. Just like the others, they were stunned for a moment. A few low-level Heavenly Venerables went to look for more than a dozen higher-level Heavenly Venerables. However, when they heard about Lin Xian and Wang Xintong's domains, they said they had to go. Damn it! How could they let the Demon God Temple continue to be so arrogant? Lin Xian's spiritual force had also recovered. I'll be in charge of the main attack. Little Xinyue, Little Chuxue, and Murong, you will be in charge of protection and control. Xintong will be in charge of interference. Ling Ying and Xiao, you will fight if they can. If they can't, just stall for time. Why can't we fight when they're 3 stars lower and we're 2 stars higher? Ling Ying rolled his eyes. All right. Then let's go find them. Then, the 7 of them walked out. Over there. Ling Ying pointed at the rooftop of a tall building. At the same time, someone on the rooftop looked at them. They're here. There are 7 of them. Whoosh. Suddenly, Lin Xian, Murong Yu, Ling Ying, and Wu Yuhan disappeared. In the next moment, the 4 of them appeared in 4 different directions. Lin Xian glanced at them. His luck was pretty good. He had caught a powerful one. 8 stars Heavenly Venerables. Domain. In the next moment, Lin Xian released his domain. Fixed Shadow. Double Fixed Shadow. Dark Cage. Double Dark Cage. Ice Prison. Ling Ying and Wu Yuhan's dual control forcefully landed on him. Whoosh, Ling Ying and Wu Yuhan began their fierce attacks. Lin Xian summoned his Saint Sword. Just one? Eat shit. Lin Xian's lightning flickered. Extreme Thunder Sky Flash. Boom. Chi. Then Lin Xian slashed out again. Ah. That person didn't even have a chance to resist. He was killed by the 4 people's sharp slashes without any fancy moves. So powerful. Wang Xintong looked up at the scene with her mouth slightly agape. It is indeed very powerful. Xiao Xinyue nodded. Han Chuxue was also helpless. She had no choice. She wanted to rush up as well, but there were 2 people in the space and 2 in the dark. They were naturally the fastest. Then, the 4 of them landed beside them again. He's here. Lin Xian's expression changed. So. Figures appeared one after another beside them. How did they become so strong? A red-haired man looked at the person beside him. They're all in the heavenly venerable realm. This martial arts academy is indeed something. Everyone, release your power. Don't underestimate the enemy. Yes. In the next instant, the entire night was lit up by all kinds of power. The power of more than 10 heavenly venerables erupted at the same time. How terrifying was that? Xin Tong. They're here. Amplification realm. In the next instant, everyone's realm increased by 2 stars. Realm reduction realm. Lin Xian released his power at the same time. The gap between them instantly shortened by 5 stars. Some of them even had a higher realm than the other. Let's start the battle. So. Then, the 7 of them began to fight the 14 of them. 5 Thunder Celestial Phenomenon. Thunder surging heavens. Lin Xian rushed over and grabbed a person. That person was covered in fire and was struck to death by Lin Xian. You're courting death. Space lock. He sealed Wang Xintong there alone. So then, he held his sword and rushed toward Wang Xintong. Holy light illumination. Suddenly, a burst of golden light shone in his eyes. At the same time, Lin Xian appeared behind him. Space, right? Qi Lin Xian held the holy sword with both hands and stabbed down, piercing through his body. Destruction law. Before that person could even get up, his injured hands were destroyed by the law of destruction. Following that, Lin Xian chopped off his head with a single slash. Piercing cold. Han Chuxue faced 2 opponents. Although she kept retreating, there was definitely not much of a problem. In an instant, the 2 of them were eroded by the cold power. Although they broke free in an instant, but little Chuxue used another martial technique. Okay. 1,000 miles ice seal. Then, the cold power rushed toward the 2 people in front. Creation law. The 2 of them were not so easily frozen. But Lin Xian's creation law could not only create more power for his martial technique, why couldn't it help others? Under the amplification of Lin Xian's creation law, Han Chuxue's cold power instantly froze the 2 people in front of her. Whoosh whoosh. At the same time, Wu Yuhan and Ling Ying broke free from their opponents and rushed over. Qi, with a flash of cold light, the 2 heavenly venerables were dealt with. The coordination between them was quite impressive. It was really impressive. They were all heavenly venerables. The power they could unleash was too strong, but they did not have time to do so. The initiative was completely in the hands of these 7 people. Courting death. Touch of death. In an instant, countless dark tentacles rushed toward them. It was extremely terrifying. Destruction law. The next moment, those tentacles seemed to have gone soft. That's right. It was not that the other party could not release a big move, but Lin Xian's destruction law could forcefully destroy the other party's demonic technique. How could one fight against that? Lin Xian alone was the main attacker, the teammates' amplification, and the teammates' protection. There was no other way. With 2 laws and his own highest realm, he should be the one. 1,000 icicles. Xiao Xinue condensed a powerful icicle and rushed toward that person. Creation law. That person tried to block it, then suddenly realized, what the F***CK? How did she suddenly become so much stronger? Puff. A mouthful of blood spurted out. His chest was penetrated and nailed to the ground. Explode. Boom. Following that, the icicle turned into countless small ice crystals and pierced his body full of holes. Running. Lin Xian looked at the 2 people who were trying to escape. Fixed image. Fixed image. Wu Yuhan and Ling Ying released their powers at the same time. Frost cage. At the same time, Han Chuxue and Xiao Xinue released their frost power. Whoosh. Lin Xian rushed over. 5 Thunder Celestial Phenomenon. Lin Xian grabbed 2 frost cages with both hands. Lightning flashed. Ah, Lin Xian then retracted his hands. Awesome. Exciting. Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. Although his spiritual power consumption was huge, there was not much left now. But he had to admit that it was really King exciting. Isn't your law too powerful? Ling Ying came over and said in surprise. It's all right. Lin Xian smiled. I want to continue fighting like this even now. It's so awesome. My spiritual power consumption is quite high. If I come again at this time, it won't be so easy. Lin Xian said. At this moment, a bolt of lightning lit up the darkness in the void and fell toward them. Morong Yu reacted quickly. She immediately released her space attribute and distanced herself from it. When the dust settled, a huge pit dozens of meters wide appeared. You're quite capable. A woman appeared behind them. Space lock. Then, two old men appeared in front of them. 3. Virtuous Realm. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.